There we go. All right. Sorry about that. I was muted. Welcome to the Michigan Law Show. My name is David Helm. I am an attorney in Southeast Michigan, practicing currently. In fact, it's going to probably not interrupt us. The stream is going to go live. I might not be as visible, however, today, since I do have two trials actually myself this month, and this is a long trial that we're watching. So I might have to duck out a little bit. I'm going to leave the stream going. Maybe Jamie can come in and give some commentary, but I do have to prepare for my trials. But I'm looking forward to an interesting day today. I imagine they're going to finish playing the audio recordings of Letecia's phone calls with her then husband. And then we're going to get into probably some cross-examination. Oh, yes, we do have tornado watches here in Michigan. Jamie's in Michigan and as well. But so if my stream cuts out, that's probably what's happening today. I'm hoping it doesn't. They've been doing some work in my area, so our power doesn't go out very much. Our internet doesn't go out very much anymore. So we should be good today to go with this. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, everybody. So the takeaway from yesterday was essentially she was kind of crazy. But the underlying issue that the jury is required to consider is whether or not she suffers from a mental illness. First of all, the state has to prove that she doesn't. So the jury has to be convinced that she does not suffer from a mental illness. And the jury also has to be convinced that, because the state has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, that even if she suffers from mental illness, she was still able to determine right from wrong. And although the audio recordings to me sounded like a rambling, incoherent mess, that doesn't necessarily rise to the level of not being able to distinguish right from wrong. I do have, while we're waiting for the stream, let me see if I can pull this up. The court it's up and live. The session is running, but they're not doing anything just yet. I want to see if I can share my Facebook page, because this was interesting. I've actually invited this woman on to my show if she's willing. But she had a post on this Gannon page. Jackie did. And there's a picture of them when they're young. She was actually apparently friends with this young lady. Tisha and I played softball together for several years, so she knows her fairly well. She would lie about everything, is what she starts off with. I know people like this, and it's interesting. She would lie about what she ate for breakfast, the color of the plate that she ate it on. She would tell one person that she had a master's, and then in the same few minutes, tell someone else that she was finishing her doctorates. She would lie about the smallest irrelevant issues. That's what tips. She's just a liar. She just creates these things. Lie about the small details that don't matter. It's very telling. Let's see. And it soon turned into a me truly thinking that she was believing her own lies. She always had problems with identifying the truth, as most compulsive liars do. I don't believe we will ever know the entire truth, because at this point she doesn't even know it herself. Yeah. So, that's interesting. I reached out to her. I don't know if she'd be willing to come on, but since she has a background with her, I'd like to get some information. But I thought that was interesting. And some other people chimed in and said that they might have known her, but she actually has a photograph with her. She seemed to be a fairly attractive young lady back in the day, before she turned into the ring monster. I also have another woman's channel, and I'm going to try to remember it so I can plug it, that went through the ring camera video. And so I'm going to pull that up and play it. And she does a really good walkthrough about what she sees. She slows it down. She zooms in. And rather than me trying to recreate that, I'm going to steal her stream. But I am going to put a link into the description below to her channel so that she gets the full credit for doing that.
Now, here's the in-depth version of what I see. Okay, so you're going to see Tisha walk across the driveway towards the red truck. She has a backpack on, and also it looks like she's carrying a bag or purse. She goes into the truck, closes the door. You'll see her turn on the vehicle with the lights. And then she pulls up a little bit. And then reverses into the driveway. She doesn't quite make it over the driveway. She's not putting enough gas on there, obviously. She stops the vehicle. She waits 40 seconds approximately. And then she gets out. She walks towards the house. And I believe she kept the door open. Now, the first person you see to come out is Gannon. He looks like he's limping and he's favoring his right leg a little bit. As he opens the door, something falls out. He doesn't pick it back up. He just kind of stands there. Tisha comes now into view and she picks whatever is on the ground up. She walks towards the front door, opens it up all the way, and then she gets in. As she gets in, this black car drives by. And then she gets out. Now, as she was getting in, Gannon was also getting in, and I'll show you. So again, you see Gannon kind of limping, coming out. He drops it on the ground. Tisha comes into frame. She picks up the item. As she's climbing in, so is Gannon. Black car drives by. After the black car gets to the end of the block, now Tisha's coming back out. So she walks towards the house.
It's interesting. See, she notices like Gannon's kind of moving slowly. He doesn't bend over.
Her door is left open.
And I'm not sure exactly what the state's timeline is on this. What I read earlier, they believe he was killed. From what I thought I was reading, is that he was killed in the bedroom.
And you'll see she'll start to walk back out. So she's quite a bit. She's over 30 seconds, 40 seconds while she's gone.
The state hasn't made that clear, though, in the case just yet.
And now she walks back in, door's still open. She climbs in and shuts the door.
I think,
now there's another stretch where she's not moving her vehicle. She's just sitting there.
I think they will definitely clarify this going forward.
And then she moves forward a touch, stops. That was after about 15 seconds. She takes another 40 seconds, then decides to go, stops again. And then heads out. Now, as she goes off this driveway, there's something that bounces in the back, and I will repeat that. Here it is again. She goes off of it, and right there, it bounces. but there is something that definitely bounces in the back. I don't know what it is. It's hard to make out. So all in
Yeah, so that's a very good point. Why is she backing up into the driveway when it was just parked out in the street? You would imagine that 11-year-old boy would be able to walk out to it. All right, I'm going to keep playing this.
all,
I'm
it's about
going to keep
4
an eye. It
minutes
sounds
from
like
when
court
she
might be
goes
starting
out,
pretty
gets
quick.
into the truck, and then backs up in the driveway, loads Gannon and herself. So in the first part of this video that happened at 10:15 in the morning, there's a couple questions. Why did she back up?
Okay, hang on. We're going to jump into this.
Good to go. All right. You good, Jessica? All right. Court will call 20 CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury is not present in the courtroom. I've received a question from one of the jurors that is directed to me, and I will read it to the lawyers. You can think about a response, but it says, I have observed the defendant
Acting insane.
I think it's mouthing. I have observed the defendant mouthing occasional words or physical gestures like agreeing or disagreeing. Do we ignore this behavior?
They're obviously paying attention to
My
her.
initial thought, and I've had this question come up before in various different cases, and my initial thought is to tell them that the only evidence that they are to consider is the evidence that comes from the witness stand. We don't have to answer it right away, so you can think about it or tell me what your thoughts are now.
Well, I do want to think about it more, but my initial impression is that I actually don't think that's 100% accurate. I think observations of what's happening.
Okay, Mr. Tellini?
And I'm just, again, I know, this is just off the top of my head. I know there is case law regarding like forced medication of people with insanity.
Well, maybe she's on medication.
And part of the reasoning against it is because the observations by the jury of the defendant can be important for that determination. So if I could just have over lunch to look at it.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because like I said, I think that observations of the defendant may be something that I don't want to issue something. I just want to do some research on that.
And I think that's fair. I've had this issue come up before with probably a half a dozen times, and because of various different behaviors of defendants at various different times. And I've not had a question about it. I did have an attorney one time ask me to give an instruction that it is something that they can
I'm playing with
consider,
the
and
settings.
I denied doing that, and I was upheld on that.
Can't figure out how I got it laid out last time.
But it's something to think about. I don't think it's anything that we have to give an answer to right now. So, and
How did I do that?
where are we starting this morning, Mr. Allen?
We're just picking back up with Mr. Stauch and listening to those phone calls.
Okay, so we're going to finish the phone calls before you call the other people that you had discussed yesterday. Okay, that's fine. Ms. Gratiano?
There are a number of stipulations that
There we go.
Go ahead.
parties have stipulated to include
All right, I got it worked out now.
admission of evidence sent from Florida via to El Paso.
Oh, all right. Okay.
As well as GPS data from a budget van rental.
I have this one for the corner.
Including AT&T record custodian for all relevant AT&T.
So it's not just some AT&T, it's all AT&T.
That's stipulated all relevant AT&T phones.
Okay.
Particular numbers.
Okay.
Additionally, Verizon records custodian of all relative Verizon phones. Parties have stipulated to the numbers and the records that are associated with them,
All right.
as
Hey.
well as American Express financial records. Records. AA.
I wonder if the jury's question is going to cause her to act a little different in court.
So the particular stipulations between parties. I will also put on the record, Your Honor, that the people did file notice of self-authenticating. That.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to
And
find a
I
better one. That's
assume
Aaron
that,
from the office.
When we get to whatever exhibit numbers those have to deal with, it's going to be, we're still going to go through the same foundational elements for admission of those exhibits. And then it will just be that this part is, sounds like what you're really stipulating to is records custodian type issues. And so, but you still have to lay the foundation for that it is a business record or something like that. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And Mr. Tellini, do you agree?
I do.
Okay. So we'll take these up, I guess, as they, looks like it's primarily going to relate to phones and phone messages. So we'll take these up as we get to the exhibits and deal with it then, I suppose. Is there anything else that we need to address at this point in time? Prosecution?
Yeah, Judge, thank you. You had asked us to give you heads up when we're going to get to some sensitive photos.
Yeah.
When we get to Detective Yoder and Macon Ponder, there will be some photos of the discovery of the suitcase in Florida, which will also include some photos of Gannon's remains, just so you're aware.
So that's Detective Yoder and what was the other one?
And then Macon Ponder.
Macon Ponder?
That's right.
Is that going to be today?
Those are the two people that we anticipate, depending on how long Mr. Stauch takes today, that we would get to at some point.
Oh, these are the two people from Florida.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. Okay. All right. Is there anything else that we need to address? Prosecution?
No, you're
It's
defense?
not in evidence yet.
All right. Let's go ahead and bring the jury in.
I'm going to absorb it as it comes in through this trial. All right, jury is coming in. We'll see if her mannerisms
Yeah,
change.
the lectern's on, but all the other ones are off. Right.
Does anyone care about seeing the judge? Trying to get rid of the judge entirely, but
All
I
rise
don't know
for
if
the
I
jury,
can.
please.
Yeah, I can't get rid of the judge for some reason, but that's all right. He's as small as I can make him. Well, we are right now. Spoke too soon.
Thank you. You may all be seated. Court will recall 20 CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury has returned to the courtroom. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. We're going to start the day the same way that we did yesterday, and that is with the same question. Has anything occurred since we were last together that causes any of you to believe you could not continue to serve as a fair and impartial juror in this case? If so, please raise your hand. No response. All right. Yesterday, when we took
I don't
our
know where
break,
that
we were
feed
in the
would be
midst
coming from
of,
at
some
all. It's
recorded
the only
phone
one that I'm
calls.
aware
I
of.
think that's where we're
Long
resuming
crime she's in
today
this one.
with that. Mr. Allen?
Judge, I assume that we should probably bring Mr. Stauch back up and then start the next call, and then he can step back down again, if that's okay with you.
They've all been admitted. It's up to you. If
you're fine with me just playing it, we can just jump into it.
If there are different voices that he has to identify, then maybe you need his testimony. If not, it's up to you.
Okay, well, let's just jump into it. So this
Okay.
will be just for record purposes, People's Exhibit number 36, which is another recorded phone call from February 15th, 2020 at 10:58 a.m.
All right, thank you.
Go for it. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, what's wrong?
I'm crying.
Hmm?
I'm tired of crying.
Well, happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where's Lena?
Lena's at school right now. So, why? What's up?
I can't ask you where our kids are at.
Yeah, I think that's a fair question. Where's Harley at?
She had to go to the doctor last night because I have a bad chest pain and she was 12 pounds overweight.
What hospital did she go to?
Because someone could be listening and know where we're at.
Tisha,
No, I don't know. You talk crap about me. You treated me wrong.
where did I talk crap about you? I haven't said nothing to nobody.
In your school, posting all this stuff messages you sent them how horrible person I was.
When did these messages come from? Years ago, maybe? I mean,
Don't know when.
but you know
I
what?
posted it to everybody.
But what have I always said about social media? I don't give a crap what people say. People are just looking for a headline, okay?
I'm tired of doing this hour. You should have talked to me about all the other stuff. I'm not.
Oh, what other stuff, Tisha?
I've asked you for help. I said, hey, me and Harley needed something. I've asked you for help. You turned me down. You know good and well. Anytime you've ever needed help, I've been there for you.
Tisha, let's walk back through this now. Just to be straight up, okay?
She might.
You took over $2,000 out of the bank account at the beginning of the month, and I didn't say a word to you about it, okay? All right, that's like 1/3 of what I get every month. So you got 1/3 of my monthly income. All right, so that being said, I've also offered help and safety and teamwork the whole time, and you guys decided to, step out on your own. And I haven't bothered you, but I've never looked back in there. I've never told you no for anything. So you got 1/3 of my monthly.
Sorry, I stepped
income,
it back just a touch.
right? So that being said,
eliminate
I've
the
also
buffering
offered
issues.
help and safety and teamwork the whole time, and you guys decided to, step out on your own. And I haven't bothered you, but I've never looked back in there. I've never told you no for anything. And I've been.
Well, I didn't pay $2,000. It was $1,500 because I had to have a place to stay.
He's sitting with investigators, and they're recording it, and they're giving him notes on what to say and what to ask.
But your family.
You're right.
My family, your home.
Okay, I
So that's why it
understand your
sounds that way.
opinion. So I want to clarify because you took however much, I'm not going to fight over the dollar amount. You took over $1,500 in that one lump sum, not to mention the other ones, but that one lump sum you did take $1,500 and some dollars, and you can't But you've told me from like almost the first minute you don't have a place to stay. So do you or don't you?
It was it cost $125 a night for a hotel, and then I had to pay a pet fee. Add that up, how many nights I get. Plus we had to have food. We didn't have a way around. We had to Uber. Add that up.
Were you Ubering yesterday when we were talking? Because I heard you get in and out of a car. I'm just trying to piece all this together, Tisha. I don't know what's going on. I've heard so many stories here. I'm just trying to, as I've always said, I'm just trying to find the truth, and I keep getting a different version of.
There's this little guy that stays at the hotel. He has an old white car, and he let me drive it to the store. You know how bad it is for me to ask somebody to drive their car to the store?
And in this effort to help you that I've been trying to do, you won't tell me where you're staying.
Because you're not on my side.
But you're not. You're.
On my side if you're talking crap about me.
Tisha,
If I call you and I try to talk to you, and you can't talk to me for being around other people, that's not my side.
but you got to understand what I'm going through. I don't know what the hell's going on minute to minute. I don't know who's on whose side. All I'm focused on is Gannon. And I don't want obviously people, you see it on the social media, people are not happy with you. I don't know why. I don't know what reason they have or don't have, but I can't sit here and be talking to you, my wife, in front of all these other people, and then, go through all the cussing and yelling and screaming and the drama. So I'm trying to respect you as well. And I need that in return. I need you to respect me too. And that, but no. Okay. I've heard that you have not really said anything about me per se directly. Okay. But you did release some of those documents, or however they got out there, they're out there. Okay. But what I need you to do, you talk about respect. That's one of the most important things to me in my life is you respecting me, and you can respect me with the truth. And that's the bottom line. We have options to work through all this other stuff, all this other drama that's going on, but the truth is really at the options don't come into play until I get the truth. Okay. That's absolutely. And I know you're not going to like this, but that's a line in the sand that I'm not crossing. Okay.
You already kicked me off.
Yeah, narcissistic is what I would say.
That's not true.
Necessarily insane. Sorry.
Oh,
I don't know why it keeps. Hang on a second. Sorry, guys.
The options don't come into play until I get the truth. Okay. That's absolutely. And I know you're not going to like this, but that's a line in the sand that I'm not crossing. Okay.
You already kicked me off my own car insurance and wouldn't even tell me.
That's not true.
My car, you kicked
That's not true.
There.
That's not true, Tisha. You got an email. You got email notification the same minute I did, so you got notified.
He's bald.
Absolutely.
How did you not talk to me about this?
Well, on February 8th, I didn't get any kind of confirmation that two of my vehicles were deleted, and there's no one else that has access but you. Okay, so you tell me what the truth is.
They were all getting put in storage. So if it was done wrong, then that wasn't on purpose.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not the insurance is not a point of argument to me. You have every right to call them back and put just like I did.
No. Right. No. They said to me, you have me listed as so I had to be on a separate policy.
Exactly. Okay, because that's where we're at right now. That's the line in the sand. Okay, the line in the sand is we have a gap between us right now. Okay, absolutely. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, because I don't sugarcoat it with you. Okay, we have a gap between us. You can put a label on it however you want to, but that gap there's no closing that gap. There's no initiating options or anything until we get to the truth. And I think I really feel it deep down in my heart.
He did. He's not
We can work on this together. We do have options, but I think your list you sent to me is a great starting place. I think that is excellent that you're willing to at least talk about what options we have.
Are we going to see this list?
Huh?
Did you talk to an attorney and file for divorce?
I have not filed anything yet. And the fact that
Attorney.
I'll tell you the answer to that, okay? But the fact that you are reaching out to me like that, the way you did, say, did you go to this attorney and file this? That means you don't trust me. You don't have respect for me, and you got somebody watching me. Tell me the truth.
Well, I did, and someone told me.
This is the
Who
question I
told you?
have, because you know this isn't the first conversation
You
like
don't
this.
think it's all online on the social media that you told someone that someone posted it?
Who posted it? Because I haven't told anybody anything about that.
Well, someone knows because it's online, just like it's online about some girl talking junk about her best friend, and she's best friends with your sister, and that's what she said. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but once again,
Out there.
well, yeah, you're right. I fully agree with you. Once again, that's why I've told you forever that I don't get into that crap, because it's just you're getting torn every direction by people's stupidity. Okay. So anyways, let's not worry about that, about how you know what you know. Okay.
And the big thing is, I reached out to that lady. She doesn't write me back. This is how I've been treated. I've been treated like a criminal when I told them exactly that Gannon left with someone.
Which lady? What lady are you talking about? The Amber lady?
I know Bethel because she's the lead investigator.
That's the blonde lady from Starbucks.
Shit.
The blonde lady from Starbucks.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
The investigator.
Okay. All right. I got you. Well, I mean,
Contact with her.
not
Okay, this is really annoying.
talking about the Amber lady.
I know Bethel because she's the lead investigator.
That's the blonde lady from Starbucks.
Shit.
The blonde lady from Starbucks.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
The investigator.
I don't
Okay,
think he
all
was
right, I
worried.
got you. Well, I mean,
Contact with her.
not since that first day. I mean, that first day when I told
might
you I
be
met
really
with
good
Mark for like,
hiding
I don't know,
her
6-7 hours, and then
crazy.
she jumped in for like 20-30 minutes, or whatever that night, the day I got there, that Tuesday. Since then, and since we met her, and then she asked me a few questions, I really haven't had any interaction with her. So I've been dealing only with Mark. He's been my.
Why did you leave that day and not talk to me on my call?
Leave what day?
When you first talked to them that night and you were going to pick up people from the airport, why did you leave and not talk to me?
I'll give you the straight up honest truth right now, because at that point in the situation, and we're at the same point now, unfortunately, 3 weeks later, at that point, I was not getting the whole truth. Okay. And I'm not going to argue with you about that, because that's absolutely spot on. Okay.
From me, you leave from me, everything's fine, and you just happen to get there and then you feel like you're not getting it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there were some things that I was looking into on my own, which I've basically been doing for 3 weeks now, trying to sort through this on my own, that weren't making sense and weren't adding up. Okay. And just like where we're at now, yesterday, thank you for talking so long and walking me through your timeline. But even yesterday when we were talking, a lot of it wasn't adding up, and it still isn't.
Jennifer.
Like, there's 3 or 4 different versions of the Mexican guy now. He's Uncle Matt. First he was Mexican or whatever. I don't want to argue.
I said he asked me, did he know Uncle Matt?
Yeah.
I said he was Uncle Matt.
Fine. And I'm not arguing about that. I'm just telling you, these are red flags. You know how I am. When I see red flags, you got to convince me that the truth is what it is.
Did say that
So I'm
last
sitting here
recording
last
that they played
night on my
yesterday.
bed.
He point
freaking
blank
out,
asked
'cause, I
her
mean,
if she killed him.
I don't know.
Where
I
is
feel like
he?
some of that
Things
was
like
the
that.
truth.
Now they're just
But
trying to
then
catch her in
some
a
of
lie.
it still was, a different version of the same story again. So what I really want to get to,
He did I kill Gannon.
it hurt me to ask it because you're my wife, and first thing I started with today was Happy Valentine's Day. That should tell you how I feel about you. Okay.
Why? This is really
I feel
annoying.
like some
today.
of that
I
was
have
the
a feeling
truth.
it's the storms.
But then some of it still was, a different version of the same story again. So what I really want to get to,
Me that I killed Gannon. That hurt.
it hurt me to ask it because you're my wife, and first thing I started with today was Happy Valentine's Day. That should tell you how I feel about you, okay? But
I need you to be here with me, support it.
I am. I'm right here. I'm right here.
I'm begging you. If they give me immunity, I will help.
Okay, but here.
If they give me immunity, I will help.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm here. I'm trying to I'm not, you have the legal background. Okay. I don't have that knowledge. All I have is my recruiting time and the other stuff I've done. So you need to help me understand what you're trying to get. I don't understand what that means.
Immunity, okay? Do you know what immunity is?
Other than what I've seen on TV shows, I don't know. I need you to help me. That's what I'm trying to, help me to get you to that point. Hello?
Immunity is they're going to grant as a judge that I would not be charged anything in this. Because I didn't have anything to do with
He
it.
does really good with keeping his cool, and he is sitting with investigators right now.
And I will testify against them.
Okay. So you're saying, so I'm going to walk back through this so I understand clearly what you're saying. So there's no ambiguity or unknowns here. So you're saying you somehow know where Gannon is or who has him or how he got him or something like that?
See, that's why you're not going to put words in my mouth.
I'm trying to understand, Tisha. Explain to me, okay? Walk me through it so I understand what you're saying. No, why would I record you? This is me and you. Why would I say Happy Valentine's Day on a recording? That's something personal between us.
It's just you and me. See, that's why you're not going to put words in my mouth.
I'm trying to understand, Tisha. Explain to me, okay? Walk me through it so I understand what you're saying.
Internet's being fickle.
Why would I record you? This is me and you. Why would I say Happy Valentine's Day on a recording? That's something personal between us.
It's just you and me on this phone call and in your room.
Absolutely. Okay.
Community is where I'm telling you, I told you the truth about Letecia Gannon. There's more details about how that went on. There's more details that I can't discuss that would incriminate myself because they're going to say, why did you say this? But he has all our information. He was starting to go to work and get massaged and he had these people go there. If I said anything in the meeting with the cops, I was late to the meeting. But I need immunity.
So
Just keeps asking for immunity.
So why? What I don't understand is why, babe. Is this not something you would tell me from the get go? I just.
Everything. Kill my daughter. They were going to kill me. They knew everybody. They would do everything.
She's like a cornered
Letecia,
animal,
but
just
look-
sort of
but
lashing out.
Look at what you just said.
It's all right. You'll practice all day. That's all.
But Tisha,
What?
I'm trying to understand.
Only thing is surprising you. I need immunity, please.
If you were, no, why would I record you? What I'm trying to figure out is why your first thought, your first thought is what they may do to you and Harley, but something was already done to Gannon, and we're not worried about that. I'm trying to understand.
Only thing is surprising you. I need immunity, please.
If you were, no, why would I record you? What I'm trying to figure out is why your first thought, your first thought is what they may do to you and Harley, but something was already done to Gannon, and we're not worried about that. That should be the priority.
They should be in Harley. It was also Lena. She was there too.
So the guy was there, was threatening you in the moment.
The guy was there with the police.
The guy was still there when the police searched the home.
Yes.
Where was he at? Where was he at when they searched our house?
Help me think until I get immunity.
Well, babe, I can't promise you immunity. I can't give that to you. But I mean,
Well, you can ask.
yes, I can reach out to Mark and let him know that's what you're looking for and that you're willing to work with somebody. And you can also tell, what's her name again? Bethel. You can tell Bethel. Just saying.
Sir, she won't like that.
Okay, well, you got you.
They're gonna treat me like a criminal. And I'm not a criminal. I don't kill people.
Okay, I never said you did. You're tired of what?
Against that, I got yesterday from it. Yesterday I got a message.
Well, did you send that to anybody?
What?
Where's the message? Can you send me the message so I can see it? Just if you email it to me or email it or text it to me so I can see it.
They're gonna try to incriminate me.
Tisha, Tisha, who is this? Who is the person? Do I know this guy?
Do you understand?
Is he there? Is he there with you? What?
Listen to me. He saw the
Oh my God.
Who is the
Freaking internet. I'm sorry, guys.
Tisha? Who is this? Who is the person? Do I know this guy?
Do you understand?
Is he there? Is he there with you? What?
Listen to me. He saw the big reward. I'll get back to you for the reward.
So I heard there's a reward coming out. That somebody said that the neighborhood's trying to do a reward.
Here you are, Mike.
So but what happened with the bike situation? I don't think we ever. Okay, well, I told you I cannot promise that. Okay, that's not something I can promise you. I can promise you help or whatever, but I can't promise immunity. That's something that the investigators got to reach back out to you.
They're on your side, and this is where you can go to them, and you can say, I know, I want to know, he is breaking down, and she's telling the truth.
Yes, I can advocate for you. I can give an opinion, but but listen, what I don't understand is you're treating me like the prosecutor here. Okay, you're treating me like I'm in court or the law, not like I'm our son's father. Okay, but
You get out there and you do it. I can't leave the hotel. I can't even go to. You're going to think I'm going to tell. You're going to the reward. They're not going to stop me. They're not going to stop me.
She's just breaking down. Oh my God.
I do too, but these.
Okay? I'm sorry. Please,
Nice.
what did I do? Please, what did I do? I genuinely don't know. I can't even go anywhere because they think I'm going to tell. It's the reward. Do anything. They're not going to stop me. They're not going to stop anything.
I do too, but these.
Please, what can I do? Please, what can I do?
Here's what I need you to do for me. Okay, I understand and I respect that you don't feel safe telling me
Never,
certain
Dave.
things. Okay,
All real.
I'm not going to press you on certain things, but I need to know something about my son. I need to know something about Gannon. Do you know if he's safe? Do you know? I mean, I asked you some questions yesterday, and I had to ask those questions because that's been on my mind since day one. Is he safe? Where is he at? Do you have anything?
And if I kill Gannon, really?
Yes, I had to ask that because there was. Well, I would never not tell you the truth over and over and over again. So.
You're right. Everybody else was right. You're terrible. You don't know what to do. You're scared to death. You don't know where you would act.
Tisha,
Because people are going to say, why did you do this? Why did you do that?
listen.
Isn't that
what
a
about
yada 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 reference?
Educate me on it.
What about this? I'm trying to think of any way to cue the police to offer you immunity if they can. Okay, I'm trying to find a way to get them alerted to you might have some information. What if you told me just one key thing and I just called in on the tip line or something? No, but no, because it'll be anonymous.
Did we determine
They
that
won't
she's
ever
still
know,
on the
'cause
stranger's phone at this point?
I'll be just some man calling in an anonymous tip, and I mean the key here is to get Gannon in the investigation and then protect you if they're able. Why won't they? Who is they? Why won't they budge? What is it about the money that's the key?
No, I just said keep asking. I got messages. Not gonna be anymore. You better not say anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
You got to laugh and say, "Oh, my mom, I'm joking."
Tisha, listen.
And storms are doing
Just,
a number on my internet.
despite how this has gone, you know for a fact you could always trust me. Okay, I know you may be worried about your name getting out there from this information. I don't want anything to do with the media. I don't want anything to do with Facebook or social media or anything. Okay, you know, because I've absolutely been off of that. That's why I'm saying I can give the anonymous. But why won't they? Who is they? Why won't they budge? What is it about the money that's the key?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I got messages. Not gonna be anymore. You better not say anything. I know you got to laugh and say, "Oh, my mom, I'm joking."
Tisha, listen. Despite how this has gone, you know for a fact you could always trust me. Okay, I know you may be worried about your name getting out there from this information. I don't want anything to do with the media. I don't want anything to do with Facebook or social media or anything. Okay, you know, because I've absolutely been off of that. That's why I'm saying I can give the anonymous tip if you just tell me something that'll help in the investigation. Okay, that's the note.
The police came.
Okay,
The police came. He was in the house.
where was he at in the house?
I didn't know at the time. I thought they were going to find him because the guy was like, "Can we please search the house?" And I said, "Sure."
Okay.
Terrified, which is why I sent Lena and Harley to Dollar Store and all these places because I thought Gannon was hiding too. I thought he was hiding too.
Okay, so you thought so the guy was in the house and you thought Gannon was hiding, so he hadn't taken Gannon yet at that point?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, that's huge. That's huge because now we can look at different camera time frames and all that, and we can look at different angles. Okay, that's huge that he was still in the house, and so that would have been police got there at what, like?
Like that. I'm not making this up.
I'm not. No, I know. I'm trying to sort through this again. I'm trying to get you to this point to where
Anymore because they'll try to get me, incriminate me for this. I need immunity.
I think they give it to you because this is big that he was there and they missed it. Because then they're going to want to cover their shit for not finding him. I can't hear you. What?
I even put it in the car. I put it in my really store soap. I tried.
You did what? You did what? Oh, you said what? What did you do?
I tried to point to the cops and hey, check this area. Yeah, hey, check this area. I was even trying to show them any other extra areas that I saw. I said I didn't know if Gannon was with him or I didn't know if Gannon was hiding. I didn't know at that point.
Okay, but then you figured out. How'd you figure out he wasn't by himself?
I'm not selling anything else until I get immunity.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to put all this together. You said you pointed them in a direction, but where in the bedroom were you? Oh, you said what? What did you do?
I tried to point to the cops and hey, check this area. Hey, check this area. I was even trying to show them any other extra areas that I saw. I said I didn't know if Gannon was with him or I didn't know if Gannon was still hiding. I didn't know at that point.
Okay, but then you figured out. How'd you figure out he wasn't by himself?
I'm not selling anything else until I get immunity.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to put all this together. You said you pointed them in a direction, but where in the storage room were you?
I said was just giving all the big areas of the house.
I got you. So you told them storage room?
I walked to the storage room when the guy was in there. I was trying to tell him, hey, check behind boxes and all this stuff.
Okay, so
Yeah. I didn't want to make it a thing. They were trying to put my cops right here.
okay, so what happened next? So the cops searched and missed it, or what? Tell me I'm trying to figure out what happened now. What you're telling me, okay? What happened after they didn't find him?
I'm not saying anything else. I was just trying to plot this whole thing.
No, I'm trying to get some key breaking information that I can give an anonymous tip, like I told you. Okay, that's what I want to do. That's how.
Never mind. They're not trying to help.
I am trying.
He's not trying to help. No, he's not. He's not trying to help.
I am. So what you said was Gannon. You thought Gannon was hiding. Is that right?
I didn't know if he was hiding with if the guy had him or if he was hiding with himself. I was scared to keep. If I would have left him a note, they're like, please check out. He's back. I didn't know if he had went out the back door. I didn't know where he was at the time. I know he was there. I thought he was gone.
She keeps trailing off.
But I couldn't get your big gun to work.
So when you, and let me back up. So when you let the cops in the door, wherever you last saw Gannon, you left him somewhere, or you thought he was safe? Like you thought he was safe hiding, or you thought he was with the other person, or what?
I'm going to try something different for the afternoon stream and see if it helps the feed.
Call Albert. That's in my head. I didn't know it. I already told you this part. I couldn't go back and get to the gun because the gun was missing. But I couldn't get your big gun to work.
So when you, and let me back up. So when you let the cops in the door, wherever you last saw Gannon, you left him somewhere, or you thought he was safe? Like you thought he was safe hiding, or you thought he was with the other person, or what?
I woke up Albert. That's in my head. I didn't know it. I already told you this part. I waited. I was like, I was hiding somewhere. The house didn't come out. And when the police got there, he would come out. Even when I called for him, he would come out.
Do you think he might have crawled in one of the totes or something, or maybe the box? 'Cause the guy or Gannon?
The guy was at first, and I said, I thought we were taking him, I was telling him to shut the door and don't come out.
What, did they already come back?
And he's just trying to get yourself to work.
But so you said my gun? You trying to get my gun to work? Tisha, calm down for a second. You said try to get my gun to work. I thought the guy had my gun. Oh, that one. Okay. So you put Harley and Lena in our room? Tisha, is that what you said? You put. So you already had the assault rifle out of the closet at this point, and you. Okay, I know you always had trouble getting that thing to pull it back and get it loaded and all that, so that makes sense. So, you're not going what? What? How is this? What is key about this that I can call an anonymous tip that helps me find Gannon?
You can call in and get the community. I can give you the guys the ID. I can ID them in the lineup. I can give you a name.
Tisha, you know I can't promise you anything. I'm not the police or the judge. I can't promise you immunity. I can put you in contact with them, and I've done that. Okay, I know you always had trouble getting that thing to pull it back and get it loaded and all that, so that makes sense. So
Here I'm getting frustrated.
you're not
here.
going what? What? How is this? What is key about this that I can call an anonymous tip that helps me find Gannon?
You can call in and get the community. I can give you the guys the ID. I can ID them in the lineup. I can give you a name.
Tisha, you know I can't promise you anything. I'm not the police or the judge. I can't promise you immunity. I can put you in contact with them, and I've done that.
Please call me back, please. Please call me back.
I will. I'll get as soon as we get done talking in a little while. I'll get on the phone with Mark and tell him to tell that lady to call you back and quit stalling or whatever she's doing. I don't know what the hell's going on, but Mark will get on it. He's always been.
Did she say that I was his favorite or something?
Right. Tisha, listen, I there's something that you can give me that can help fix this right now, okay? I don't know if you're willing to, I hope you are, but if you give me the name of the person, if I know this person, that I can fix it right now, okay? I guarantee you, yeah, I'm not gonna I can't. Well, who is it so I can tell them who to be looking for to protect you? I can promise you that. Tisha, I can't promise you that. I know they will work with you, okay? I know they will. I need the person's name so I can get Mark and tell them to go find this person.
I hear people in the background.
There's nobody
She here in the office.
here. I just need to know this person's name because if it's Travis or somebody related to Chance or somebody. Is it Travis? Because I know you said he was abusive. Well, who is it so I can tell them who to be looking for to protect you? I can promise you that. Tisha, I can't promise you that. I know they will work with you, okay? I know they will.
Yeah, me too. I came into this with an open mind.
I need the person's name so I can get Mark and tell them to go find this person.
But, she sounds
There's nobody
insane.
here. I just need to know this person's
This
name
might be a
because
good
if
case for
it's
insanity,
if it's Travis or somebody related to
depending on how the
Chance or
defense
somebody.
presents it.
Is it Travis? Because I know you said he was abusive.
They're gonna try to
Run, Travis, run.
No, they're not. I don't know. I can't promise you anything. Listen, I will fight for you and fight with you if you're not involved in this and you give me this name. Is it Travis? Listen, I'm gonna text. I'm gonna text Mark right now so you can hear me text Mark, okay? Because you can hear the little keystrokes. I'm gonna tell him as we're talking so we can get this ball rolling. To
listening to me. I hear
nobody. That's me texting Mark right now to tell him to get Bethel to call you.
I hear somebody hollering.
Nobody's crying or hollering. Just like the other day when you said that, nobody's here. I'm standing here trying to figure this out and get a name.
Where's everybody else at?
What, like Uncle Jeff? He's getting on a plane and Landon and her Aunt Veronica, they hit the
innocent
road back to
until
Dallas.
she's proven
And I
guilty.
think they're going to take Landon for the weekend because it's a
Fortunately,
4-day
it sounds
weekend.
like her own
So
words are going
I'm
to
here by
probably prove
myself,
her
like I
guilty.
told you. They're getting Lena after lunch because she had a little lunch program going on. Okay, but that only matters if we can get this ball rolling. You could tell me this name, and then you can reach out to the police for immunity or help or whatever they can offer you. Okay.
Anything so I get immunity. I'm drinking tea. They
That's-
took everything I have. These people know where I'm at. They're in a game.
6 people know where she's at.
What kind of gang are they in?
Yeah, she's definitely spinning stories about all kinds of nonsense.
I think they're going to take Lena for the weekend because it's a 4-day weekend. So I'm here by myself, like I told you. They're getting Lena after lunch because she had a little lunch program going on. Okay, but that only matters if we can get this ball rolling. You could tell me this name, and then you can reach out to the police for immunity or help or whatever they can offer.
Yesterday was
you,
whatever.
okay?
Today it's immunity.
Anything so I get immunity. I'm drinking tea.
I
Look
just,
everything I have. These people know where I'm at. They're in a game. I will not.
what kind of gang are they in?
I don't know.
Oh, Tisha. Well, what happened that ruined that? You know, that's another part I don't understand.
This baby really has a
Because what?
This baby really has a body.
Tisha, so this guy, I know you're trying not to tell me his name, but after the police left, remind me, I don't remember. I know Harley and Lena went out to look. Did you go look for Gannon? You knew the guy was in there, or you didn't, or what did you do after the police left? Tisha, did this
Yep,
guy
that's
kill
exactly
Gannon?
what's going on.
Did he kill him in the house, or did he kill him or hurt him? What happened? It's my son, and I need to know this.
She's trying to figure out if she can point the finger at somebody else, spin a story, get immunity for her
Tisha, not you.
statements.
I'm not you. You. I trust you. I asked you that yesterday, and I trust what you're saying. I asked you, did this guy hurt Gannon, or did he kill Gannon in the house, or do you know if he killed Gannon or not?
Kennedy.
Tisha, I've explained to you, I can't give you immunity. I'm your husband. I'm not the police or the judge.
I'll be back when you can figure out. Great.
Uh-oh.
What happened? It's my son, and I need to know this. No, Tisha, not you. I'm not you. I trust you. I asked you that yesterday, and I trust what you're saying. I asked you, did this guy hurt Gannon, or did he kill Gannon in the house, or do you know if he killed Gannon or not?
Kennedy.
Tisha, I've explained to you, I can't give you immunity. I'm your husband. I'm not the police or the judge.
I'll be back when you can figure out. Grant me immunity.
Call me back when you figure out how you can grant me immunity. That's what she says.
Tisha, there's only one way for this to stop, and that's for me to get the information to them, okay, through an anonymous tip, like I said. But I don't have any information to give them. Did this?
I should bring alcohol down here to the studio and start doing some shots.
Yeah, and Tisha, I'm trying to fight for you here, okay? I made it clear I don't have the power to give you immunity. I have the power to help you.
Call me back. Call me back whenever you can.
Tisha, they're not gonna listen to me, okay? They're absolutely gonna.
She was asking
call me
about it
foolish.
yesterday.
I
And,
am trying to help you. I
prior
am trying to help
recordings.
you. They're gonna look at me like a fool. Tisha. I can't hear you.
Oh, these storms. It's a pain in the ass.
I have the power to help you.
Call me back. Call me back whenever you can.
Tisha, they're not gonna listen to me, okay? They're absolutely gonna call me foolish. I am trying to help you. I am trying to help you. They're gonna look at me like a fool.
No comment.
Tisha. I can't hear you.
helping me, Albert.
I'm trying to.
Someone killed somebody. I don't know if anyone killed anyone.
What what do you know? What's the guy's name? I gotta know the guy's name, Tisha. Okay, I mean, I'm trying to help you, but you're not freaking letting me help you, okay? All right, shut up.
Well, I keep trying to do this.
Yeah, so we would just want to have Mr. Stauch come back on the stand and ask him some follow-up questions, Judge.
Okay. All right.
So whoever was
Resume
asking,
your seat
there he
on the
is.
stand.
Okay, so he
Everyone
wasn't
else,
behind the
you're still
lectern.
under oath.
This is the father coming up. I knew he was bald, and I knew he didn't have glasses. And unfortunately, the video is grainy at the moment. I'm going to fix
Morning,
that
Mr.
during the
Stauch.
lunch
How are you doing
break.
today?
Morning.
So at the very beginning of that call, you told the defendant Happy Valentine's Day. Did this call actually occur on Valentine's Day?
I believe so. If I would have said that, I don't know the date you quoted when we started, but
Okay. The date of the call was February 14th of 2020.
so absolutely then.
Foundational.
There's a question in that
move on, ignore
beginning
him.
portion where the defendant was asking you questions about where you were and where Lena was, and then you responded with, "Where's Harley?" Similar to the phone call that we talked about yesterday, at this time of this call, did you know? So at the very beginning of that call, you told the defendant Happy Valentine's Day. Did this call actually occur on Valentine's Day?
Sorry, I had to back
I
it up a
believe so.
touch.
If I would have said that, I don't know the date you quoted when we started, but
Okay. The date of the call was February 14th of 2020.
so absolutely then.
There's a question in that beginning portion where the defendant was asking you questions about where you were and where Lena was, and then you responded with, "Where's Harley?" Similar to the phone call that we talked about yesterday, at this time of this call, did you know where the defendant was anywhere?
I did not, nor did I know where Harley was.
Judge pops on for an appearance.
When the defendant started making statements about the guy was in the house when the police came, in your mind, was she referencing when the police first responded to your house at 6627 Mandan Drive?
That's what I assumed she was referring to. Yes.
Did you have any independent knowledge of them finding a man in the house when they responded on that day?
I did not. No, sir.
You, in that phone call, you also pressed multiple times for getting names or trying to figure out a way to identify a guy that she's talking about at the beginning. Did she ever give you a name or any identifying features of this person?
Not in that phone call. No, sir.
And then later on in the phone call, it changes into there's a gang that's involved. Did she give you any idea of who this gang might be?
I don't remember ever getting that information. No, sir.
Ever?
I don't believe so.
Okay. In a big chunk of that phone call,
Not in that phone call. No, sir.
and then later on in the phone call, it changes into there's a gang that's involved. Did she give you any idea of who this gang might be?
I don't remember ever getting that information. No, sir.
Ever?
I don't believe so.
Okay. In a big chunk of that phone call, obviously no way to know because you're not in the same room with the defendant, but did it sound like the defendant was crying to you?
Based on previous experience with her, there was times when I assumed yes, she was crying, and there was times where I assumed it was fake crying as well, or fake emotions in that phone call. Yes,
In that phone call.
in that specific one. Yes,
So
Yeah,
in
he's
your
had
mind,
this
you're thinking
conversation
that
with her
someone's
before,
potentially
her
real and
acting
someone's
like that.
potentially fake.
yes, sir.
In your mind, did you think that she was trying to manipulate you in the course of the investigation?
Overruled.
Yes, sir.
One of the questions that you asked the defendant very specifically was whether she knows Gannon is safe. Do you remember that question?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever get an answer from her on that question?
No, sir.
In your mind, did you think that she was trying to manipulate you in the course of the investigation?
Yes, overruled.
Yes, sir.
One of the questions that you asked the defendant very specifically was whether she knows Gannon is safe. Do you remember that question?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever get an answer from her on that question?
No, sir.
You mentioned in the phone call too about you're going to give information to the detectives so they'll quit stalling. Similar to the phone call yesterday, were you actually with law enforcement when this call occurred
I was.
and they were listening?
Yes, sir.
Was you saying, hoping that they would quit stalling? I guess, was that a tactic to keep her talking?
Absolutely.
Two names that you gave in that phone call were Travis and Chance. Who are those people just in general?
Travis would have been an ex-boyfriend of the defendant, and Chance would have been an ex-husband of the defendant, also Harley's father.
Wasn't he dead before this, or did he die after?
Did you ever have any indication that either one of those two names were involved in Gannon's disappearance?
No, sir. Chance was deceased by that point, and no indication of Travis
Okay.
either.
Well, he answered my question.
In relation to that that gang reference, was there ever a gang that was after you and your family?
Not to me.
Did you ever have any indication that either one of those two names were involved in Gannon's disappearance?
No, sir. Chance was deceased by that point, and no indication of Travis either at all.
Okay. In relation to that that gang reference, was there ever a gang that was after you and your family?
Not to my knowledge.
And then similar questions to what I asked you yesterday.
Weather everywhere.
The sound of the defendant's
We had
voice
some
in that
storms
phone
come
call,
through just before I started the stream.
Was that consistent with her personality as you knew it?
Absolutely.
Did in this particular phone call, did she ever change personalities to a different personality?
I was talking to the defendant the entire time.
And so never changed voice inflections or
No,
anything
sir.
like that? Okay, thank you. So Judge, at this time, we would want to move into playing People's Exhibit 37,
Oh, goody, another recording.
which is another recorded phone call on February 14, 2020 at 12:08 p.m. This one's roughly 8.5 minutes long.
All right, Mr. Stauch, you can go ahead and step
Yeah, me too.
down.
Yes, sir.
I heard the insanity of
Phone call, did she ever
defense, so I
change
thought maybe
personalities
she
to a
was
different
insane.
personality?
I was talking to the defendant
But-
the entire time.
It doesn't
And
sound
so
like insanity.
never change voice inflections or
No,
anything
sir.
like that? Okay, thank you. So Judge, at this time, we would want to move into playing People's Exhibit 37, which is another recorded phone call on February 14, 2020 at 12:08 p.m. This one's roughly 8.5 minutes long.
All right, Mr. Stauch, you can go ahead and step down.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Hello. I can't hear you. Hello.
It said it's the signal.
Okay. Well,
I'm
what?
having that problem
'Cause you
today.
hung up on me, and I'm not really feeling this right now. So what? What do you got for me?
I can't help it. In and out.
Fine. Whatever.
You were being all nice, caring, listening, everything. Then all of a sudden you started being hateful.
Yeah, because you got information I need for my son that everybody needs to get this boy back. Okay.
You just okay. So now you're saying I got information.
What? Because you hung up on me, and I'm not really feeling this right now. So what? What do you got for me?
I can't help it. In and out.
Fine. Whatever.
You were being all nice, caring, listening, everything. Then all of a sudden you started being hateful.
Yeah, because you got information I need for my son that everybody needs to get this boy back. Okay.
You just So now you're saying I got information, but then just a minute ago you told me I made it up and it was a figment of my imagination.
Okay, so it's on you to pick which one it is. It's not on me to sort through it. It's on you to tell me the truth or keep feeding me bullshit.
Beginning. Listen to me.
Yes. No. Let's start over. Let's get a new beginning here. Okay, let's start over.
These
Because
audio recordings are really
if you keep
damning.
going back this same path we've been on, I'm just going to keep getting more pissed off and more hurt and more worried about my son because you've told me 17 different stories now. Start over and tell me who the fuck has my boy. Okay? Tell me a name. That's the beginning. I don't care about Saturday. I don't care about Sunday. I don't care about the fucking truck on Monday. I don't care. Who has Gannon? That's what I care about. Who?
Then I want immunity.
What the fuck does that have to do with who has Gannon?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear too. He wants immunity.
I can't give you immunity. You call the police. You do what you got to do to get yourself protected from.
Seems to be better.
That's the beginning. I don't care about Saturday. I don't care about Sunday. I don't care about the fucking truck on Monday. I don't care. Who has Gannon? That's what I care about. Who?
Then I want immunity.
What the fuck does that have to do with who has Gannon? I can't give you immunity. You call the police. You do what you got to do to get yourself protected from whatever you're worried about. I mean, it keeps. Anyways, I'm not dealing with that. Okay, the beginning is who has Gannon.
Did you even call the guy to ask him about immunity to talk to me? Did you?
No, because I figured you'd call me back. I thought you hanging up with me. Call me back. What is he? What can I? I'm not your lawyer. Okay.
You're my husband.
Right, and I'm telling you right now, you want immunity. You want this fucking immunity because there's no dude. It's all a fucking lie, Tisha. Prove me otherwise. Just like I told you with the rape, I'll get on my knees and beg for forgiveness if it's true. If it really happened, if there is this fucking guy out there, I'll on the media, I'll go out. Me back. I thought you was hanging up with me. Call me back. What is he? What can I? I'm not your lawyer. Okay.
You're my husband.
Yeah, why doesn't he just
I'm
say,
telling you right now.
all right, I grant
want
the
immunity-
immunity. Now tell me.
You want this fucking immunity because there's no dude. It's all a fucking lie, Tisha. Prove me otherwise. Just like I told you with the rape, I'll get on my knees and beg for forgiveness if it's true. If it really happened, if there is this fucking guy out there, I'll on the media, I'll go out to the world and say I was wrong. My wife was right this whole time.
Pretending to be
There's
busy.
no fucking dude, Tisha. Prove me wrong.
They know they don't have a case.
Prove me wrong. Yeah, prove me wrong. Was this an accident? Did something happen? Did you accidentally hurt him? Did you give him too much medicine? What happened?
So what do you think happened then?
My stream is lagging because of some storms, and so I have to sometimes back it up to prevent the
Since I offered help,
buffering.
then what do you think happened?
Well, I'm gonna tell you first of all, like I told you
I'm gonna
already,
fix this for the afternoon stream.
I was
have a
not
plan.
home. That's what the problem number one. Okay, something bad happened, and I wasn't there to take care of it. All right, so for the rest of my life, no matter what happens, I'm gonna blame myself for this because I wasn't there. Because I
think everything I have to say is wrong. Since I offered help, then what do you think happened?
Well, I'm gonna tell you first of all, like I told you already, I was not home. And that's what the problem number one. Okay, something bad happened, and I wasn't there to take care of it. All right, so for the rest of my life, no matter what happens, I'm gonna blame myself for this because I wasn't there. Because I was trying to progress in my career, be successful, and all these things. Okay, I just wasn't there. That's number one. That's the first thing that happened. Number two, I mean, you told me a lot of things that happened in like a 12, 13, 24-hour period. You talk about blood, you talk about Gannon's foot, you talk about the burns. All this happened in a short time, and they were all accidents. Nobody's to blame. Okay, nobody. And you just panicked. Okay, that's what I think. I think all this stuff happened, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe there was a big accident. Gannon took too much medicine, or Gannon hit his head, or his nose was bleeding, or I don't know. Okay, I'm sitting here trying to make all these theories.
Yeah.
up, but all these
That's
things
what
are
she's
running through
doing.
my head. He hit his head on the ground. He hit his head on the wall. You talk about the burns. All this happened in a short time, and they were all accidents. Nobody's to blame. Okay, nobody. And you just panicked. Okay, that's what I think. I think all this stuff had, and then
That's
maybe,
why
I
she
don't
was
know,
married to
maybe
him.
there was a big accident. Gannon took too
She
much
liked the
medicine,
money.
or Gannon hit his head, or Gannon's nose was bleeding, or I don't know. Okay, I'm sitting here trying to make all these theories up, but all these things are running through my head. He hit his head on the ground. He hit his head on the wall. You picked his fingers too much, and he was bleeding. Whatever the truth is, Gannon did something, and it was an accident. And then I just feel like you got, because I wasn't there to keep it all together, you panicked. And then I don't even have a theory on the rest of it. Okay. That's what I think. I think there's absolutely no guy there. And I understand why that would be on your mind. I understand that. Okay. I'm not discounting that or not making you feel bad if that's something you're trying to get through this and you made that up. Okay. You've told nobody that but me. Okay. So if that's not okay, screw the police right now. This
She's
is me and
screaming
you.
so
Screw the freaking
loud that
police.
it cuts out.
They're not listening anyways. You know that. There's no guy there. And I understand why that would be
So
on your
loud,
mind.
it
I
cuts out
understand
the
that. Okay. I'm
microphone.
not discounting that or not making you feel bad if that's something you're trying to get through this and you made that up. Okay. You've told nobody that but me. Okay. So if that's not okay, screw the police right now. This is me and you. Screw the freaking police. They're not listening anyways. You know that. They're looking all these places, and you know they're not shouldn't be looking there. Okay, so they're not listening to you. I'm listening to you. I just need to know what happened. I gave you my theory up until the one point where you panicked. Okay, whether it was too much blood, Gannon hurt himself, and you didn't know how to handle it, and you didn't want to call me because you were scared I might be upset at you, and I understand that. I understand that you've
It's
got
not
this
entrapment.
you want to do so good for the
The
kids and
police can lie
provide
to
for
you,
them
and the police through their agents
and
can lie to
food and
you.
clothes, and you do a great job at all
Entrapment
that
is when
stuff. Okay,
the police are inducing the individual to
you
commit
do
a
a great
crime.
job at all that stuff, and I
The
tell you
crime's
that all
already
the
been
time.
committed here.
And you really want
Since the crime's already been committed, there's
me
no
to feel like
entrapment.
it, and you didn't want to call me because you were scared I might be upset at you, and I understand that. I understand that you've got this. You want to do so good for the kids and provide for them and food and clothes, and you do a great job at all that stuff. Okay, you do a great job at all that stuff, and I tell you that all the time. And you really want me to feel like you're better than Landon, and I tell you all the time that you are. Okay,
We saw the Google searches. She thinks
all
she
that
is.
factors into this. That something bad happened accidentally. Nobody's fault. Accidents happen, and that's what we would have told Gannon, the candle or whatever it was. Accidents happen. We could get new carpet. We can't get new children though. Okay, I tell you that all the time.
Yep.
We can't replace our children. We can replace clothes and carpet and couches. Who gives a fuck about that stuff? And you know I've told you that. We smash the TV. Who cares about the TV?
Anytime.
Okay. An accident happened here of some sort. You panicked and freaked out, and I just need the rest of the story. I just need to know where Gannon is, okay? We can't get new children, though, okay? I tell you that all the time. We can't replace our children. We can replace clothes and carpet and couches. Who gives a fuck about that stuff? And you know I've told you that. We smash the TV. Who cares about the TV, okay? An accident happened here of some sort. You panicked and freaked out, and then I just need the rest of the story. I just need to know where Gannon is, okay? I just need to know what has happened with Gannon. Is he safe? Is he hurt? Is he alive? Is he somewhere? Okay? I don't want to hear no more about this dude unless you give me a name, okay? So I don't believe it until you give me concrete information. My theory is this. That accident happened. You panicked. Now tell me the rest.
I was there, Albert. I'll give you his name. I swear to you.
Give me his
When I
name.
tell you this part, This is why I want immunity.
Okay, so I don't believe it until you give me concrete information. My theory is this: that accident happened, you panicked. Now tell me the rest.
I was there, Albert. I'll give you his name. I swear to you.
Give me his
When I
name.
tell you this part, this is why I want immunity.
Okay,
Do you, okay?
okay.
Okay? The whole thing happened. The cops were there. Yada, yada, yada. All that was true. You keep saying I said all these stories is not what happened. I really was truly thought that Gannon was going out every day. I've been talking to somebody because he was asking me weird questions or whatever. This dude trying to get your bike, he followed me. So I get the Petco. That's why I was looking in and out the door with the Petco.
Oh, so you weren't. So it wasn't about Gannon getting out. And I'm not talking junk.
Here's her third story.
I've been talking to somebody because he was asking me weird questions or whatever. This dude trying to get your bike, he followed me. So I get the Petco. That's why I was looking in and out the door with the Petco.
Oh, so you weren't. So it wasn't about Gannon getting out. And I'm not talking junk. Okay.
You jump in there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to
Make
understand.
sure he didn't get out because if someone was following me, I didn't want him to know someone was in the car.
Okay.
Again, that's why.
Okay.
Yep, this is her third story or third version of the story now, or fourth or fifth or who knows.
Then I leave.
Oh, so you weren't. So it wasn't about Gannon getting out. And I'm not talking junk. Okay.
You jump in there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to
Make
understand.
sure he didn't get out because if someone was following me, I didn't want him to know someone was in the car.
Okay.
Again, that's why.
Okay.
All I was trying to do was go get you a bike.
Yeah, doesn't make sense, does it?
Then I leave because I was going to go to this place to be looking at free to get a bike, and I realized that this dude was following us again. I tried to make some turns around Palmer Lake area, in and out of that area up there, which is where they're searching because I'm sure they got my GPS, searching for nothing. And then when I had to come up the little hump, there's this dude. Well, this dude is in your truck with us.
Oh, she just hung up.
And just so
Okay, apparently she hung up.
that I'm clear, Mr. Allen, that was exhibit 37, right?
37.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
We have another video.
Then when I had to come up the little hump, there's this dude. Well, this dude is in your truck with us.
And just so that I'm clear, Mr. Allen, that was exhibit 37, right?
37.
Okay.
Yeah, this is insanity. Her,
Mr. Stauch, can you come back?
but does she know right from wrong? That's the
Remind
question we
you
need
that
to
you're still
ask.
under oath.
That's the question the jury needs to answer, rather. Does she know? Can she discern right from wrong? Also, there's been no evidence presented yet, and this would be on the defense, really,
Mr. Stauch, in
that she suffers from any sort of mental health issue.
call, you said to the defendant, you want immunity because it's a lie, there's no dude. And then you said, prove me wrong. Did she ever prove you wrong?
No proving wrong. I got this on the lowest
Mr.
speed.
Stauch, I remind you, sir, that you're still under oath.
Mr. Stauch, in that call, you said to the defendant, you want immunity because it's a lie, there's no dude. And then you said, prove me wrong. Did she ever prove you wrong?
No, sir.
You made mention of Gannon did something, an accident, and you panicked. What were you trying to do by saying those things to the defendant?
Trying to, in a way, take the initial blame off of her that and confirm her story about an accident with the candle or whatever she had claimed from the night before or whatever, and give her a
When the court takes a break, they
freedom to
should take
talk
a
about what
20-minute
happened
break.
next
I'm going to
in
really
her
revamp
mind.
this.
Basically
Video
give her an
feed.
out so that you could try to maybe get more information?
Absolutely, yes, sir. About an accident with the candle or whatever she had claimed from the night before or whatever, and give her a freedom to talk about what happened next in her mind.
Basically give her an out so that you could try to maybe get more information?
Absolutely,
We should be
yes, sir.
going on break shortly, and then I'm going to try to get this fixed.
Towards the end of that phone call, the defendant made, again, mentions of some anonymous dude in the language that she used. Did she ever give you a name of who this dude was that she was referring to?
Not in this phone call, no, sir.
All right. Was that phone call consistent with her personality?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
During that phone call, did she ever change personality or talk with any other odd voice inflections?
No, sir.
At the end of that phone call, the defendant made, again, mentions of some anonymous dude in the language that she used. Did she ever give you a name of who this dude was that she was referring to?
Not in this phone call, no, sir.
All right. Was that phone call consistent with her personality?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
During that phone call, did she ever change personalities or talk with any other odd voice inflections?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Judge, at this time, we're going to move on to People's 38, which is a call on February 14th at 12:17 p.m.
All right. Mr. Stauch, you can go ahead and step down. Thank you, sir.
And Judge, this call is about a little over 21 minutes.
All right.
All right, we got a 21-minute phone call, and then we're going on a break.
What happened?
I was talking away.
Okay.
Mr. Stauch, you can go ahead and step down. Thank you, sir.
And Judge, this call is about a little over 21 minutes.
All right.
What happened?
I was talking away.
Okay.
Did you guys hear?
Something about you were at Petco and then you got in the truck and the guy was there or something?
No. I asked them to go get the footage outside of Petco.
Okay.
Not just the footage inside Petco. That's the footage we need outside of Petco. Because the guy had followed us to Petco, and as I was pulling off to go to the Palmer Lake area, I was going to go look at the bike, and somebody was laying down in the road, acting like they were.
Something about.
To go get the footage outside of Petco.
Okay.
Not just the footage inside Petco. That's the footage we need outside of Petco. Because the guy had followed us to Petco, and as I was pulling off to go to the Palmer Lake area, I was going to go look at the bike, and somebody was laying down in the road, acting like they were, I don't know, going to kill themselves or some crap. When I turned around and came back the other way, and this dude gets in the truck with us. I didn't have anything to knife, anything to anybody off or anything. I had to go like a normal time. Gannon was crying in the back seat till he threw up. He was so scared. He followed us all.
I feel like she's mixing some truth in here.
Back to the house.
He was probably crying in the back seat,
Showing people getting out of the.
but not for the reasons she's saying.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, so go like a normal time. Gannon was crying in the back seat till he threw up. He was so scared. He followed us all. He came with us all the way back to the house. Where's the footage showing people getting out of the car? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, who got out of the car?
I mean, I saw you, and then I saw the shadow that somebody was talking about.
The other side.
The only footage I seen is the one that you said the guy got paid for. That's the only one I saw.
Okay.
Oh,
so
she said the guy got
there,
paid for.
He's still in your car at this time.
That was a
Yeah,
question about the security
Did you
or
see
the
that?
ring camera yesterday.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, who got out of the car?
I mean, I saw you, and then I saw the shadow that somebody was talking about.
The other side.
The only footage I seen is the one that you said the guy got paid for. That's the only one I saw.
Okay, so when you get there, he's still in your car at this time. We all get out. The guy was with us the whole time.
Okay.
The whole entire time. I asked him, what did he want? He could take everything he wants. He could rob us. He could do whatever he fucking wanted. Have it all. There was a struggle. There was everything back and forth. Gannon was asking, did I know his Uncle Matt? Because he was saying, whoever Uncle Matt was, they don't like Uncle Matt. Uncle Matt came in at. Oh, she had something to do with it. Because I was freaking out how he would know someone by this name. I told you this.
Okay.
The guy was there when the police came. I didn't know again was that. I didn't know if he was his. I didn't know anything. I just know I was terrified. I didn't say anything because he had the gun. And I was scared. What if he Gannon while I went up there and tried to go get help? What if I leave to go get help and he's in here? There's nothing I could do
All
to
right.
switch
We're going to see if we can fix this.
anything. My hands were tied that night. The girls were in the bedroom. My hands were tied to the little board. It's on the back. My hands are tied there. Tied completely. Remember those same headphones I had on? I told you I was listening to music. Yeah, I had to do that, and that little bandana that was down there, that's where that came from.
All right, hang on a second. We are going to.
Come out.
I don't
Okay.
like to do this, but we're going to do this.
All right. So what boxes was he taking out of the storage room or what? Okay. Well, you brought that up, so that's huge. I mean, if he's taking boxes, what was in the boxes? I'm just trying to sort through all this. Okay. Empty boxes. Okay. So back up. Gannon and this Quincy Brown guy, they were in the storage room the whole time, and you were trying to point the police to the storage room?
I never told you that. I said when the cops went to the storage room, I was trying to tell them, hey, there's a bunch of boxes piled up here. I even went to the little Christmas closet and was like, yeah, please look through there really good.
But you did say that they were in there and that you tried to direct them somehow to the storage room. You did say that.
Not what I said. That is not what I said.
Okay, maybe I'm paraphrasing. Maybe I'm paraphrasing.
Telling him where hiding places were in the storage room.
Then where the fuck were they? It all is relevant. Where were they at? You said earlier you heard him scream from the storage room. Okay? Where were they at?
There was no screaming when the cops were there. What are you talking about?
You know, honestly, I'm kind of getting fed up because you know what? Yesterday, in the 3 previous versions, okay, it all happened in Gannon's room. Now it all happened in the fucking storage room. Make your mind up. You banged your head on Gannon's table. You were raped in Gannon's room. Gannon was beat up. He was high-fiving the guy. He was jumping on him. He was loving him. Uncle Matt, he was a Mexican. It all happened in Gannon's room. Now it happened in the storage room. God damn it, Tisha, make some sense out of this.
That is before the police got there, Albert.
What time did all that happen? What time did that happen?
You
Yes.
asked me about the police got there.
Tisha, to me, this is all bullshit because none of it makes sense. None of the timeline adds up. Every time you tell it to me, there's more and different details.
Oh my God, she's yelling so loud, it can't even get picked up. She is going.
So,
mad.
okay. Yeah, fine.
I have my life on the line.
Go get your fucking immunity. I hope you get it, because I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. I don't want nothing bad to happen to nobody. I want my son back.
I'm trying to help you get him back.
So at what point did you call the police? The guy was with you. He was in the house. He was just letting you call the police? Because you said he was in the truck. Well, him and Gannon were in the truck, come back from wherever the fuck you picked him up on the side of the road, and he just jumped in and said, here's a hamburger, take me home or something, whatever. Okay? Yeah. I'm being a goddamn smartass because this is bullshit. Okay? So you're all in the house and you're just drinking sweet tea, and he's like, I'm holding you at gunpoint, but go ahead and call the police, please. Right? That's your story. That's your story, Tisha. That's your story. Because initially he was already in the house when you got home with Gannon. That's what you told me initially. I am listening. Okay, so all right, so assume I believe you now. So Quincy Brown is the one holding Gannon for all the money, and you didn't tell me. So now, all this 3 weeks now, you've known who has my son. You've known he's out to get you or after you or whatever. And you think I'm going to be okay with me just finding this out after I've been crying my heart out for 3 weeks now? You think that's cool? Because you're worried about your immunity?
Because I'm worried about my what?
Immunity. That's all you said all day long after yesterday when you told me 7 different stories. Today it's immunity. And now I find about Quincy Brown in a red car with boxes has my son and he wants money and you never told me about it. It's like we're playing fucking Clue here or something. Or Who's Who. And yes, I'm being a smartass because I'm tired of this shit.
I don't want nothing but my family and everything and Gannon to be there. I begged you to help me for days. I can tell you this. I begged you. But you would never have to not be around everybody and call me.
Not
Never.
answering the question.
You know, it's funny. I'm going to stop you right there because it's funny. You started that statement again with, I just want my family and Gannon. So that's why you keep saying shit like that. No, Gannon is part of your family. He's not an and, he's part of it. That's why I don't believe that shit because you keep saying that. Go ahead.
I am agreeing to testify against this.
She's screaming.
I am agreeing to even to walk wherever money you fucking shoot me just to get Gannon.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, listen, I know enough about immunity that you're not going to get immunity if you keep lying about this fucking Quincy guy. There's no fucking Quincy guy. There's no Eduardo. There's no Uncle Matt. There's nobody.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever me all you want to, but there's no fucking Quincy.
You know, they have a lot of conversations.
Should have freaking told me about Quincy Brown from the get-go. That's why there's no fucking Quincy Brown.
Really?
Yeah, really, Tisha. Yeah, this is just blowing my mind here that you sit here and you want to be a family, the four of us in Gannon, like you say. You want us to get back together and be all intimate and, blah, 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 blah. But you keep fucking lying to me. 5 years of lies, and now my son's gone. Where is Gannon, Tisha?
I think they were together for 5 years.
Where the fuck is Gannon, Tisha?
Quincy Brown.
Where? Where's Quincy Brown? He's obviously, you know something about him. Is he in town? Are you in town? Is Gannon in town? Who's anywhere? Nobody knows where anybody is except for you.
Earlier, you wanted to help. You wanted to listen so we could go have him arrested. But now you don't have any interest in
I do. I'll let them know as soon as we get off the phone. Go look for a 5'7" Mexican guy named Uncle Matt that changed his name to Quincy Brown, that works for the home developer, that his ID fell out of his pocket, and he's out there with my son. I'll tell him all that.
now because I found out who he is.
But you said you knew him.
They're after me.
Oh my God. Where's Gannon, Tisha?
Quincy Brown took Gannon.
You almost said his name different. Okay, is it Quincy Brown or
Brown is what I said.
where is Gannon?
All right, I think now would be a good time for a break. So we will take our break until 10:45. Again, don't discuss case among yourselves. Don't
We're
discuss
gonna
case with anyone else.
Speed up and get caught up.
And we'll see you at 10:45. All rise for the jury,
We're
please.
using a stream from the name that shall not be mentioned because my internet is horrible, but it does give us the opportunity to fast forward, hopefully, and get up to current since I had to back off so many times. And it looks like we're still on a break. So we'll just let that play. Let's see. Everything else is good. Let me see if I can step up the quality. We'll see if we can. All right. So while we're waiting, get her. Oh, I thought you said at first, I get her. And I was going to question your morals and your integrity there, Jamie. She's insane, but not the kind that she needs to be, unfortunately. So again, let me pull it up so we can go over it. The insanity defense. Yeah, this is horrible, but this is from Colorado. So she has to be so diseased or defective in mind as to be incapable of distinguishing right from wrong, or suffering from a condition of the mind caused by mental disease or defect that prevented her from forming the culpable mental state that is an essential element of the crime charged. So first, she has to actually be diagnosed with something, and we haven't heard any evidence about that. I'm assuming we will, but and probably if I was the state, I would be bringing that stuff ahead of time. To kind of cut it off. You don't want to necessarily leave that hanging for the defense to just start attacking during their case in chief and without you having addressed it. So there are like 100 witnesses on this on the witness list, that on the state's witness list, and so I imagine they're going to be going through a lot of that. It sounds like the next witness might, in fact, be one of the detectives. So we're probably going to get a lot of security videos. Actually, probably her interrogation, which I haven't seen yet. I have to imagine Letecia's interrogation was recorded, and we're probably going to get that as well. But first, we have to get through the rest of these phone calls, which are insane. And then we have to get through cross-examination, which I am going to anticipate being fairly comical. I don't know where they're going to go with it. I I don't know where the defense intends on crossing this guy. They obviously know a lot more than I do. They've been going through the evidence for a while. So I would have expected them to have prepared some sort of cross to go after his credibility, really. But we'll see where it goes. It might start with an L. It might. But yeah, I didn't want to use it. It's just a stronger stream right now because what I have to do is I'm essentially downloading and uploading and then downloading and uploading on two different systems, but all going through my internet service, which is fast and hardwired, but it's still a lot to do. And it just started thundering again. And when there's a storms come through, it's not necessarily my computer to the system. It's once it leaves my neighborhood is where we get the issue. Bad poker face? Yeah, probably. Yes. I can hide it though. See, nobody knows. Nobody knows what the stream is right now.
All right, court will recall 20 CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury's not present in the courtroom. Is there anything we need to take up outside the presence of the jury at this point in time? Prosecution?
Not from us right now, Judge.
Defense?
No, sir.
So are we going to start with Mr. Stauch back on the stand, or are we moving to, I think it would be Exhibit 39?
Start with Mr. Stauch on the stand, ask some follow-up questions, and then
Okay.
jump into that exhibit.
All right, Mr. Stauch, if you'd resume your seat on the witness stand.
More
and register
recordings.
that you're still
Very
under oath.
excited
Let's
for
go
these
ahead and bring the
recordings.
jury in.
They are definitely devastating to the defense's case.
Oh, okay.
I do like this, my little logo image in the top right corner. I think it's better than the ring girl. I think it's more appropriate. This is probably more, that's how she looks internally, but this is how she's looking in the courtroom.
All rise for the jury, please.
I'm just trying to compare her to that image I saw on her that her friend posted on Facebook when she like 20 years ago. The jury is quiet.
Thank you. May all be seated. Court will recall 20 CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury has returned to the courtroom. And we are resuming with testimony, Mr. Stauch. Mr. Allen?
Thank you, Ron. Mr. Stauch, in that last phone call that we just heard, February 14th, 2020, this is roughly about a little over 2 weeks after Gannon's missing. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, January 27th, so almost 3 weeks, yeah.
Yep. In the beginning portion of that phone call, sounded like the defendant was suggesting that some guy laid down on the road and then got in the truck and Gannon threw up in the back of your truck.
Yes, sir.
When you got back from Oklahoma, did you drive your truck?
I did a few times in those early couple days of searching.
Was there any puke in your truck?
I don't remember there being even the smell of puke in my truck. No, sir.
Yeah, she.
In that phone call, you started to press
It's the same
her
thing with the blood
to
at
get
the
details
house.
about whoever this guy was, this dude that she keeps describing. And in the call, it's just she uses a Mexican or a black dark. Found out his name. You mentioned the name Aubrey Holmes. What was that all about?
That would have been in the Lawrence Ranch neighborhood. I used to see a van, somewhat of the neighborhood headquarters or whatever. That's the home builder, maybe. I don't know specifically, but yeah, that was just a van or cars roaming around the neighborhood for supervision or whatever.
Was that also a reference back to the story the defendant gave that she let one of the guys from the building area come into the house?
Possibly, yes.
Okay. And then during this phone call, we hear the name Quincy Brown. Was that the first time you'd heard the name Quincy Brown?
Yes, sir.
Did you know any Quincy Brown?
No, sir.
Again, similar questions to before. During this particular phone call, did the defendant's personality, was it consistent with the way you knew her personality to be?
Absolutely.
Did she change into any other different personalities during this phone call?
No, sir.
During this phone call, did you know where she was located?
No, sir.
And then there's a lot of reference to immunity from the defendant in this phone call. It's similar to the last call. In your mind, was she asking for immunity because Quincy Brown did something?
That made absolutely no sense to me. So no.
But was that what she was sort of relaying to you in your mind?
I don't know. In my mind, she was asking for immunity because she did something or knew something that would incriminate her. But she was claiming to know more that would afford her the opportunity to ask for immunity.
Did she ever,
He thought she was gonna
during
try to
this
be able to
particular
pin it
phone
on
call, give you
somebody
any
else.
actionable information that you could pass on to law enforcement that could help the investigation?
No, sir. It seemed like more spin to me.
More spin, you said?
More spin or more trying to send myself or the investigation in
Yeah, it's unfortunate
opposite
we can't see
directions.
the witness.
Okay, thank you. Judge, at this time, we would move on to playing People's Exhibit number 39, which is another recorded phone call, again from February 14th, 2020 at 12:41 p.m.
All right, Mr. Stauch, you can step down. Thank you, sir.
And this call is just a little under 18 minutes.
All right. That's to be right.
Hey.
Hey.
Are you ready now? Are you ready to talk to me?
I have been talking to you.
Okay. Yes, you have. Okay. Where's Gannon?
I didn't see children.
Where's Gannon, Tisha?
I just told you.
No, don't tell me fucking Quincy Brown. Tell me where Gannon is. There's no Quincy Brown. There's no Quincy Brown. Where is Gannon? Where did you take Gannon?
He took it. Why don't you put me in a lineup and let me look for it?
Where did you take Gannon? Where is Gannon?
Gannon anywhere.
Yeah, but you told me you did. You told me you took him to Petco and to Douglas County and Tobacco. Where is Gannon?
To me and something I didn't do? What's wrong with you?
Where is Gannon, Tisha?
I've already told you. You think you could be this interrogator all you want?
No, I'm not. You're my wife and I'm trying to talk to you.
Hey, you're not trying to talk to me. You're trying to put me 6 feet under what you're trying to do.
Why are you so afraid to just tell me the fucking truth, the real story, just for once, okay? You can
That's
tell me
the truth.
You can tell me bullshit 20 more times. Just right now, tell me the truth. Where is Gannon? You did not tell me where he is.
Where he is, Quincy Brown looking. What's the guy's name?
Listen, fuck Quincy Brown. Don't ever say that name to me again because it's bullshit. Eduardo is bullshit, okay? The carpet guy is bullshit.
Quincy Brown took him.
Well, tomorrow it's going to be somebody different because yesterday it was the 3 other different guys.
I'll go after him.
My dumb ass won't go after him. Yeah, my dumb ass won't go after him. Where's Gannon, Tisha?
You told me to tell you who had him and you would be supportive. And you still are doing this.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and pick this thing apart anymore because it's bullshit. You said this guy had something on you, something blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, blah, 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 blah. You didn't want to tell me his name. Why would you not want to tell me Quincy Brown? Who the fuck is Quincy Brown?
Right. He is going. I'll send you some lineup. The police department has to have lineup for Quincy Brown in the area.
Did you tell Quincy Brown your name? Okay, did you give him your information? Did he take your phone? How is he messaging you? It's Quincy Brown messaging you. I do, and I'm trying to find it. How is he messaging you when he never? Did you tell him, hey, my name's Tisha. My email is TishaLynn2006. What the fuck, Tisha?
Did you care that he has your son?
Yeah, see, you ain't answering my question. You ain't answering my question because you know it's bullshit. How does he message you? Like I said, it's probably some Inspector Gadget. This message will self-destruct in 30 seconds, right? Some bullshit like that. Because he did.
You what? Talking about?
Likewise. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This guy messaging you? What the fuck? He don't have your information?
Okay, so he hasn't been outside of the hotel?
Nope.
Okay, then you're an idiot.
Throw another one at me. What else hasn't he done? He ain't done shit. Because Quincy Brown don't fucking exist.
Maybe they need to check you and Landon since your goddamn won't go look for it.
Yeah, have them check me and Landon. They got all my shit. I turn all my shit in. My car, my phone, my email, my everything. They got all my shit.
Well, they have all mine too.
Okay? So I ain't worried about shit. Give me a place to look for Gannon. Tell me where he is.
I don't.
I'll go fucking look for him. What does Quincy Brown even look like? Is he the 5'7" Mexican? I mean, come on, goddammit.
That is good.
How is he messaging you? You never answered that question either. I'm getting messages. Ooh, so mysterious.
That's because someone sends you messages, Albert. Doesn't fucking mean it's social media or anything like that.
I didn't say what it was. I asked you what it was.
Everyone has the right to it.
So,
You even called it
defend
into the
themselves.
FBI.
oh, okay.
Hey, there's this dude, blah, 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 following us. Hey, there's another people following us. I tried to help y'all.
So, listen.
I didn't tell you from the beginning who Quincy Brown was.
Yeah, right.
Trap is not give a shit.
Yeah, because you knew I wouldn't believe you because it's bullshit. So you're telling me this motherfucker came in or got in the truck, come home, beat the shit out of you or whatever he did, beat the shit out of Gannon, took Gannon from the storage room or whatever the hell that's all about, and took him, and now he's got,
I'll send you a picture.
and now he's, yeah, send it to me. Send that shit to me right now, okay? Send me fucking Quincy Brown, okay? Because you're telling me this dude is out there. He knows you know what he looks like, and he's following you, trying to do whatever he's gonna do. He's got everything he needs.
You don't release a reward.
But you said that he's following you.
Yes, ask for a reward.
When are you gonna send me this damn picture?
I just sent it. See? Dark skin, mixed his.
Are you freaking serious, Tisha? That's Quincy Brown right there. He's dark and Hispanic.
It sounded familiar.
What?
He's dark and Hispanic. His name's Quincy Brown, right? A Hispanic guy named Quincy, like he's from South Carolina or something.
Lincoln, mix.
All right, listen,
Quincy.
oh my God. This is great. How did you fucking get a picture of Quincy Brown? You Googled him?
That is who he is.
Okay, listen, send me, screenshot your Google search. Let me see it. Now, screenshot me where you pulled that. Yeah, however you got Quincy. Guess what? Quincy probably sent you that picture in one of his messages, right? He said, hey, just in case they're looking for me, here's my latest photo.
You're a fucking dumbass.
I am a dumbass, and I knew my son, and you got him.
He's getting pissed.
Your son.
Who's got him then? It ain't fucking Quincy Brown.
You go be a fucking some balls and find him with his. I bet you ain't doing that shit though, are you? Because you're.
I am a punk. You're right. I just want my son. You can call me a punk. You can say whatever you want to say to me. Okay? I just want.
Quincy then.
Where,
Question him then.
where can I find Quincy to question him?
I don't fucking know. Your best friends in the police department can do it.
You're killing me, Tisha.
I'm not killing.
Well, where's my son, Tisha? This is the same fucking bullshit conversation we had for days and weeks about that $8,000 you took from me. And I said, where's the money? Where's the money? And then 2 weeks later, oh, I took it. I'm so sorry. Blah, blah, blah. It's the same shit we're doing again.
You dumbass!
Yeah, I am a dumbass, but it's the same fucking conversation. Where's my son, Tisha?
Quincy hasn't. Quincy, do you know him? Fucking go find him.
Apparently you do, because he's got something against you. Okay? Yeah.
You to talk to me to help me.
Hey, guess what? I'm calling bullshit. I just Googled that shit, and that's a fucking mugshot like I find Mike Hyatt on. Mugshot. Way to go, Tisha. You found Quincy Brown on a mugshot. God damn it. This is just getting better and better and better.
The mugshot? Because he's probably been in jail before, you dumbass.
Yeah. So he just picked you out of the blue because you just happened to be in Douglas County up there, and he was laying in the street. And Quincy said, "Oh wow, that looks like an easy target. I'm gonna steal her son and rape her and go all the way to freaking wherever." And then how did he leave? Nobody saw him leave. What the fuck are you talking about?
It was at night, you dumbass.
Oh, that's right, because he was there till midnight while the neighborhood search party was going on. Come on, Tisha.
The search party was not even going on at that time.
Okay, guess what? I know that's false. They searched all through the night, Tisha, while you were sitting your ass in the house. You were sitting in the house, sending Harley and Lane out to look for him. The search party of the fucking neighborhood was out, and Quincy Brown was out there, and nobody saw him. I tell you what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to figure out what you're going to do when they find Gannon. Because that's what you need to worry about.
My theory is that
when they find Gannon,
Really?
no matter what's happened to the boy or where he's at, when they find him, you better get to step in because you got to worry about what's going to happen. Okay?
Really?
Yeah.
mad at him.
No, I'm telling you about the police.
I don't want to talk over him.
If that's how you want to take it then, and you don't want any help, then
Yeah,
fine.
because we're going to find him. And how the hell would you know they're barking up the wrong tree? You keep saying they're looking in the wrong place.
You dumbass me! I'm in the wrong tree!
But that doesn't make any sense. They're looking where you supposedly told them Quincy Brown got in the truck at. What the fuck, Tisha? That's the exact tree they're looking at.
I said me. I was talking about me.
Yeah, but you keep saying no. That's not true. You said
There, he hasn't.
you told me yesterday they're looking at Palmer Lake and Douglas County and all these fields and they're barking up the wrong tree. That's what you told me, not anybody else.
You dumbass, he hasn't in Colorado Springs.
Where at? How do you know where he's at if you don't know Quincy Brown? If you're not involved, if you don't know what's going on,
Not involved.
you just fucking told on yourself. You just told on yourself. You know where Gannon's at and you're fucking lying.
I don't know where Gannon's at.
You just said he's in Colorado Springs.
I said Quincy Brown lives in Colorado Springs, apparently.
Now you're fucking twisting the words again, Tisha. Okay, where's Gannon?
I don't have Gannon. You can curse me out, call me whatever you want, fuck all the bitches you want, do whatever you want, because I don't care about you.
Good. I don't want you to. You got my son, and you know where he's at, and I need to find my son. You obviously don't care about my son if you're going to do all the things you did in that fucking candle video. That was bullshit. That's the same shit you tried to do to me, and you did it to my son. That was horrible. You should go to jail just for that shit, Tisha.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fucking abuse, and you know it. Had that little boy. No, you had him crying when all he thought he had made was an accident, and you had him thinking he was going to have to sell his Switch and his toys on the fucking video you put out there. I didn't see that. You put it out there. That's your fucking abuse.
You didn't think he was going to sell his Switch?
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
or what? Well, that was where it was going. The couch, or we got to sell this or that. I heard your words.
She put that on social
And
media.
I heard you make him cry too. Where's my son?
Crying.
Where's my son? Where is he, Tisha? Why are you pausing?
You don't care where he's at. So it don't matter.
I do care. I told you where I think he's at. You told me he wasn't there. You said they're barking up the wrong tree. And then you said he is in Colorado Springs. You said that. Not me. Not the police. Not nobody else. You said it. That's why you said they're barking up the wrong tree, because you know where he's at. And you need to tell me.
I wish I did.
You're a fucking liar. Tell me where he's at.
I wish I did, so that I bring him to you and say to you,
Why would she post that
you
stuff
really
on
were a
TikTok?
supportive husband.
You listen. This is the same shit that we've been going through for 5 years, and I've supported you
That's all
through
you
it.
ever want to do is talk about me and Albert.
No, I want my son. Fuck all that other shit. I want my son. Who cares about the past 5 years? You're right. Who gives a fuck?
To you right now, and I had absolutely nothing to do with it. You'd still fucking try to blame it on me.
But Tisha, that's just not an option. You've lied to me. Okay? Well, I'm not blaming you, but you've lied to me. That's unacceptable. Okay? The truth is, I need my son, and you have information.
Sorry that I didn't want to get killed. Hey, I'm sorry.
So you didn't want to get killed, so you let him take Gannon? Or why?
I'm
What?
talking about by talking from the beginning.
But you were talking from the beginning. You did an interview from day one. Okay? So no.
I didn't want to get killed. I didn't want everyone I knew to get killed. If I
Some fucking random Quincy Brown, okay? Come on. Some Quincy Brown from mugshots is going to kill us all.
Have you looked him up?
Yeah, he's on fucking mugshots right there on Google. All you got to do is Google or Siri, show me Quincy Brown, and there he is. Bam, right in front of you, okay? What the fuck, teacher?
Okay.
Just like I found all that shit on Mike Hyatt. All I had to do was Google Mike Hyatt, and there it was, right in front of me. I didn't have to do no search. It was right there. Because I'm telling you, I'm not fucking stupid. That's what I'm telling you.
You want to be don't go after all options, then you must be fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm stupid to let you send me in 27 different directions. You're right. That's stupid. You're absolutely right. I know that you know where Gannon is, and that's the direction I'm going, and I'm not changing. So you better buckle in. This is going to be it.
You'll be waiting a long time because I don't have him.
I didn't say you had him, Tisha. See, that's where you keep twisting your words. I didn't say you had him. I said, tell me where he is.
What is that?
Oh, okay.
They say this is 18 or 21
Damn
minute
time.
Okay.
recording.
Because don't him. And I don't know where he's at. I do that every day.
But you just said he's in Colorado Springs, so make your mind up.
The Quincy guy
So,
Oh, I heard Quincy.
at
again.
me. What about be a man, be a husband, and freaking go there and say, hey, listen, can we get the guy and ask him some questions?
yeah, fine, we'll do that. But my manhood's not in question here. The truth is in question here. Okay? You say Quincy Brown is in Colorado Springs, and you say Quincy Brown has Gannon because he's messaging you and wants a reward. Okay? So if you put
Message me. I said he left messages.
that's a message.
You
Okay,
said
okay.
message.
I'm not gonna split hairs with you about stupid shit now. He got word to you somehow. He said something to you somehow. Okay, but you told me he has him. He's let you know he had him, and he's in Colorado Springs and he wants money. Okay, but then you say I don't know where Gannon's at. Which one is it?
He says he has Gannon.
He says he has Gannon, and he's in Colorado Springs.
But I would even be willing to put my life on the line to freaking go out and carry to wherever the meat's gotta be, knowing that somebody might shoot me.
All right, listen. I'm about to end my rope here. Okay,
My mic is turned up.
you're fucking lying, and I'm done
It's
with
just
it.
a loud phone call.
Okay.
Okay.
You haven't even told me where you're at. I mean, there's so many freaking lies. You say help me protect me. God damn it, you're not in Colorado Springs, Tisha. Send me your location right now.
Somebody asked
Then send me your location right now.
why she killed him. This is what I
Fucking
think.
playing. Send it to me on my phone. Take a picture.
So you want me to send you my location?
I've offered.
Share your family.
Yeah.
She'll be doing.
Yep. All right. Listen. Obviously, this gap between us ain't getting no closer because you won't tell me where my son is. So I'm done. You got anything else to say before I hang up on you? Good. Don't email me. Don't call me. Don't message me. Don't use my name in the media. Don't say shit about me until you tell me where my son is.
Mr. Allen?
That
Mr.
was it.
Stauch, if you'd resume your seat in the witness stand, remind you, sir, that you're still under oath.
Up and down, up and down.
Mr. Stauch, in that particular phone call, you made a comment about the candle incident and that the defendant was doing the same thing to Gannon that she did to you. What were you talking about there?
Manipulation.
Meaning the defendant manipulating situations?
The defendant manipulating situations, as I witnessed in that video, her doing to
Tried
Gannon.
to.
There was, sounds like potentially the defendant sent you a text message to tell you who this Quincy Brown was. Did that happen? In that phone
During
call?
that phone call, yes, sir.
Did she send you this?
Did you
picture?
then do a Google search for a Quincy Brown?
I believe I did on the spot,
This is
yes,
what
sir.
came up.
And what did you find when you Googled Quincy Brown?
Exactly what I referenced. I call it mugshots, but like, lineup.com or mugshots.com, whatever it was specifically, but his face next to a bunch of other people that have been arrested.
Was that essentially a sex offender that was wanted in the Colorado Springs area?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever have any independent knowledge that Quincy Brown was somehow involved in Gannon's disappearance?
No, sir.
You asked the defendant in there, or actually the defendant, I'm sorry, said that she was in Colorado Springs. Did you know where she was at that time?
No, sir.
Did you think she was in Colorado Springs?
No, sir.
And then similar to the other calls, her personality that she was using in that phone call, was it consistent with the way you know her?
Absolutely.
Did she ever change into a different personality?
No, sir.
It's
All right, thank you.
consistent with
We'll move
how
on
he knows her to be.
Your Honor, People's
Those phone
Exhibit
calls.
40, which is another recorded phone call, February 14th, 2020, 1:21 p.m.
All right. Mr. Stauch, you can go ahead and step down. Thank you, sir.
And this is just short of 16 minutes, Judge.
Oh, I thought we
Okay.
were going on lunch. All right. We got another recording.
Got my peanut butter sandwich.
I ate mine too.
Peanut butter sandwich.
Hello?
Are you still along?
What?
Are you still along?
Yes. Okay, here, you asked for one more chance. Here it is. I'm gonna shut up. You just say what you gotta say. I ain't gonna say shit. It's your chance.
What's that noise?
That's my water bottle.
She keeps thinking she's
Do you
being
love
recorded,
me?
but she continues to talk.
Yes.
They were together for like 5 years. I'm not sure exactly how long they were married because when they first got together, Al was separated but not officially divorced. Yes, this is the this is Gannon's father.
Oh,
Is she trying to think of what to say?
all right. If you know it's an accident, are you going to stand by me?
Yes, absolutely, Tisha. I've told you that from day one.
I'm sorry for all the stories. I just didn't know what to do. Oh,
No, she didn't actually finger the singer actor personality that is this guy. That was just me doing it because his name sounded familiar. Does she confess?
so we were going to get your bike. I was letting get it right. It was really big, so I got pink.
Yeah, I should put that somewhere, but I'm not sure where I could put it.
Hurts bad. You know so much about like heels and stuff.
What? I didn't hear you. What?
I said when he fell, he got hurt because there was like concrete and heels and stuff. The guy was helping him ride the bike.
Keisha, babe, what, how bad did he get hurt?
He was bleeding.
Where was he bleeding from?
His arms, his knees, his head.
So his head was bleeding? And this, oh God.
He promised me he was going to go back to his house and get some bandages and call 911 because we had accidentally left him all in Petco.
I don't believe a thing that's coming out of this woman's mouth.
I swear to God, Quincy's real.
So what happened, baby?
I just never came to car. I was supposed to call 911. They're supposed to be taking him back and I called 911.
So the guy took him to take him to 911?
I swear to God, his name's Quincy Brown. The guy was supposed to be meeting again.
The Craigslist guy?
Yeah.
And you met him where? Like up in wherever that
Those messages. My actual phone was flash, you guys. I was scared he didn't come back with it.
so keep going. I'm sorry.
I thought if I was like, I'll go back and I'll just go keep searching. And I did. I spent the whole night driving to find him.
In my truck?
Sure, I'm sorry for these stories. I just didn't want to say why you hate me.
Why would I hate you if it wasn't your fault?
Because I couldn't get to him. And he was bleeding from his head and knees. It was an accident.
Okay.
It's just like cutting her off.
So start over. This is really hard to hear. Okay, but so you left Petco.
You don't talk to me like that. Where you're going to go down this road and chastise me and tell
I'm not. You're telling me the truth now. Okay, and I believe you now because this. Thank you for telling me the truth. This means the world to me. And where was this at? Like, what exit? You mentioned the exit yesterday. What exit was this at?
It was like 163. I don't know. It's on my phone.
Okay, so if you can reach out to them and then give you your phone, then they could find it, right? Can you think of a landmark? Just like help me find him, babe. Just help me, because I can go search. I can go right now and search.
That's the only reason I asked for immunity because I didn't finish an accident.
I'm sure they're going to.
Trying to cover up anything.
I'm sure they have this
I was trying
information
to
and a
figure
witness
out
for this.
why he took him. If I said something like you saw it hurt us in the house or something, I'm not. They would start looking for him.
When the guy,
I wanted to try to bike out and he needed help because the bike was too big. And you want to know why I've been gone? Why my car driving down there all the time until they took my car. Driving to do anything I can find, anything. Driving to find this dude. I even got into the police department and they're like, yeah, because he's wanted. If you know where he's at, let me know. So nobody tried to help me.
It's all about her
Before
again.
I would do anything, I made him show me his ID because I was making sure.
Yeah, they did. They put a tracker on her car. And then they followed her around to figure out where Gannon might be.
So they took me to bike today, that's all.
So, Letecia, hold on. You went to his house, or where did you meet this guy at, Quincy Brown or whatever? Because if you went to his house, they could have.
Please.
I'm listening.
I need to tell you.
Okay.
He said to me that he would be off that exit when I turn off the exit. You can look.
Okay.
Turn off the exit left because I thought that was direction, but he thought I was coming from south, coming from north. So I turned off right and went towards the other direction, and I didn't see anyone with a bike in a store.
Okay. So there was a store.
He
Well,
said
the
there was
experts
a
are going to
store.
tell
said
us,
I didn't
I suppose.
see the store.
Oh,
So I went the other direction.
I got you.
I don't think so.
When I went the other direction, I see him with the bike. And I said, hey, there's the guy with the bike. And I made him show me his ID. And legit, we talked. Some kind of biking. And this was a tour bike. And I got a little nervous because I said, why would he have some tour bike and he's trying to sell it? You know, like, I was asking him questions like, did you not ride anymore? Did you get hurt? You know, like these stories I was asking him. Then I realized I didn't have the phone because I had left it at Petco. So then, Gannon was like high-fiving him and talking to him and stuff like that. So I assume, you know, nice guy. Until he was taking Gannon, just helping him get on the bike to ride it. I was holding on to it just so he could see. And he was like, do you think your daddy will like this bike? Then the next thing you know, whenever they like both slid, he slid with Gannon in the bike. And Gannon like went, like not necessarily tumbling, but sliding down and he hit his head. And I ran over there. I was just crying to help because I don't want to have my phone. He was like, I live right up here. I'm going to take him and we'll go. I'm just still sitting there crying and crying. They got to see me get off the exit. That's why
That's
I've
the
been
real
adamant
question.
about you finding this dude.
We need that detail. She's leaving that out.
All right. So where? So you got off exit 163.
Nope, it was whatever county line or some shit like that was.
Oh, that county line road or whatever we always take. It was on that. It was on that road.
No, you had to turn off of that road. I went the wrong way to start with, so I turned right. Because he thought I was coming from that direction. I was supposed to turn right.
But this was the exit off 25 that you turned the wrong way, or off of County Line Road?
Off of 25, you can get off and go both directions.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to narrow it down so I can go look, but So was there anything else besides you said he scraped his knees, he scraped his elbows, he busted his head, and he had the burns on his arms.
Well, there was some bad burns, Albert. The burns were just little bubbles from the fire. That had nothing to do with it. Now maybe it could have like scraped him open some because he was he already had them, but Gannon was fine. He was talking to me. He wasn't complaining on any kind of pain. I would have took him straight to the doctor if the burns would have had any kind of pain to him.
Okay.
She's walking back
The
to
only reason
burn.
I didn't ask you for any kind of immunity because I committed some kind of crimes. I just know that it was an accident. All I did was someone was trying to help me. And then I didn't know where he went from there.
You can't see her
What? So
on the call, but you know they're fake tears.
the one I'm more worried the most about is the
You can
freaking
just
head
hear it.
wound because what was it? How bad was he bleeding?
It's
It's
so
pretty
fake.
bad.
It was pretty bad. Like
Yeah.
it was. Tell me bad. Is bad like blood's dripping down his face, or bad like he's laying there and there's a puddle, or what?
Oh, like dripping down his face.
What did you do anything to wrap around his head or anything?
Yes, my clothes I had on had blood on them.
The clothes you had on?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Like, oh my god, we gotta call 911.
was this on the road or was this at the station? Like where?
Show you to explain where. I don't know my way around Colorado.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out if there's blood on the road. Maybe we could find blood on the
He's lived
road
there
or something.
For like
That's
4
all I
years.
was saying.
Searching
Okay.
somewhere.
I agree. I agree they should find it. So where on his head? Like was it the side or back of his head? What?
I don't know. I was panicked.
Okay, so you were panicking. So an accident happened and you panicked, right?
I was panicking.
Okay,
I didn't have a phone.
right. And did he have a phone?
He said he would run back to his house. He had Gannon, said he'd run back to his house, wrap it up tight, and he would call 911.
Okay.
Gannon was talking.
Okay. So he took Gannon to his house is what he told you, right? And you did you stay where you were or did you follow him or what? Babe.
You hear that? The investigator was like, "Tell her no judging."
Mr. Allen?
Your Honor, we would just have Mr. Stout come back to the stand.
Mr. Stauch, if you'd resume your seat in the witness stand, I remind you, sir, that you're still under oath.
She was on to it.
Judge,
She-
I'm not sure if I
heard
said
them.
it, but that was actually exhibit number 40 that we played, which was that February 14th.
Thank you.
Yep. Mr. Stauch, in this particular phone call, you hear the defendant sounding potentially like crying. Did that sound like legitimate crying to you?
It did to me.
What?
You
Did?
made a comment that you're telling me the truth now. Was that an honest statement to you or from you, or was this you trying to get her to just keep talking?
Yeah, more of a tactic to keep her going.
He said that sounded real.
The consistent with the way you knew her personality.
Yes, sir.
Did she change it to any different personalities during that phone call?
No, sir.
All right. Is this the first time in this phone call that the defendant gives you any indication that Gannon suffered a head injury?
Yes, this is the first indication of his head injury. Yes, sir.
And then in conjunction with other injuries that she mentioned, and that was burns to her to his arms that bubbled, and then also bleeding from his butt very early on.
Yes, sir.
In that phone call, do you remember when the defendant describes having blood on her clothes and using her clothing to stop the bleeding on Gannon's head?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever see anything that corroborated that version of the story, such as any clothes with bloodstains on them?
We are still on the
When you
first
got home from
witness.
Oklahoma?
I did not. No, sir.
Okay.
I just looked at my ticker. We might not be done with him today. I thought we were going to be done with him and on the cross. This is a very good prosecution. It's very solid. They're not pulling any
Or may I approach with
shenanigans.
People's Exhibit 49?
They're just coming straight out and presenting the case like it should be presented. Rare example of good,
You may go ahead.
Mr.
upstanding prosecutorial conduct.
Can you split through that and let me know?
Yeah, I was shocked he said it sounded real to him. I'm going to play with the feet a little more during lunch. Because I would really like a nice, clear image. Just the facts, ma'am. Yeah, that's exactly how it should be presented. And all too often on these trials, we don't see it that way. And we see them trying to
Okay,
pull
okay.
tricks. And
Do you recognize what is marked as People's Exhibit 49?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
It's a book full of text messages between myself and the defendant.
exactly.
Is the date range for this particular group of text messages that basically February 29th through March 1st of 2020? If you look at the timestamps on them?
Yes, it is.
Are those fair and accurate representations of the text messages that she sent, or at least came from her phone and that you responded with?
Yes, sir.
You know, I'd move for admission of People's Exhibit 49.
Defense.
I
Exhibit
want to read them.
49 will be admitted. Go ahead.
May I approach the witness with People's Exhibit 206?
Yes.
Judge, for the record, as Mr. Stauch first, before I start that, flip through that and then let me know when you're done. And Judge, what we're doing with this particular exhibit is just pre-qualification. His portion of these text messages will actually admit this later through a different witness.
Okay.
Do you recognize that item?
Yes, sir.
What do you recognize that as?
It's communications between myself and Harley's phone.
Harley Hunt?
Harley Hunt,
Okay.
between her phone.
And what I'm asking you specifically for your portion of this exhibit, the text messages that came from you or from your phone, do those
Yes,
appear
the
to be fair and
defendant is on
accurate
the far
representations
right.
of your communications?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Cowering
May I
in the corner.
retrieve that?
Yes.
You see her bury her head in her shirt, turn even further away towards the wall. If she sat straight in her chair, she'd be facing.
Mr. Stauch,
Electric.
how much time did you spend with this defendant? Just total time from the start of your relationship until all of this happened?
Like we mentioned yesterday, we started dating in early 2014, so roughly 6 years.
During
Someone had
that time, did you
question
spend a
earlier.
lot of in-person time with her?
Absolutely.
Did that give you an opportunity to observe her mental condition?
Yes, sir.
Besides just, we all have different weird idiosyncrasies. Did you ever see anything that went beyond just our own individual personality traits
No,
in the
sir.
defendant?
No, sir.
Did you ever see an opportunity or have an opportunity to observe the defendant, whether she could understand the difference between right and wrong?
Absolutely.
Can you tell the jury about that?
That's what they need to get into.
Obviously, throughout our relationship, I think to some moments immediately preceding January 27th. I mean, she took the kids to, the defendant took the kids on a hike. She made it there safely. Kids made it home safely. Obviously didn't, from my knowledge, didn't get a ticket, so obeyed all of the traffic laws on the way there and the way back. Even that morning of the 27th, we talked about Gannon and the switch, as we've seen with some text messages, some right and wrong issues there about
prosecutor does,
how we
definitely.
discipline him with the taking the switch away for whatever his offense was in that moment. And I communicated with the defendant about that punishment specifically and how to manage that. After
Tatiana, I'm not putting that up on
events
the
of the
stream.
27th, I just think too how much the defendant, pressed me about what was right in our relationship, how I should take her side and what was right and wrong and how I was managing that whole piece of it. Something that stands out more than anything is, as the defendant said to me in one of these phone calls, I think one we heard yesterday, that she didn't allow Lena back in the house when Lena got home from school. I don't know any reason why she would have not allowed Lena back in the house. Then I don't know. There's something going on that she didn't want Lena to see. If there was nothing going on in that house, why could Lena not have come in the house that day when she got home from school?
Okay, and we're going to get more into that in just a
Sure.
minute, but I appreciate you bringing that up. You lived with her in South Carolina, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you need a cup of water or anything?
I'm okay.
Okay. You lived with the defendant in South Carolina, Colorado, also spent time with her in Alaska.
Yes, sir.
Did the defendant follow the laws in all of those places?
Yes, sir.
You went on trips. You mentioned that yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Who would typically plan the trips?
She would plan and organize just about every trip or vacation we went on, and she was very good at it and was able to get us to, the port on time for cruises, to the terminal on time for plane trips, and organize rental cars. We always get it there and back on time. I mean, always, exactly what we needed to do.
So
time-wise.
she was able to set up an itinerary and then follow the itinerary
Yes, sir.
with no troubles.
Never.
You mentioned, the discipline with the switch, Gannon's gaming system.
Yes, sir.
Was it very typical for her to be engaged with disciplining the kids, both Gannon, Lena, and even Harley if she needed it?
Yes, sir.
Can you give the jury some examples of that beyond just the switch?
Well, that was just our typical source of punishment, was to take away iPad or switch or our TV time if they didn't follow the rules or didn't do chores as was prescribed to them. She was also had a very, very meticulous about the kid's schedule. Hey, when you get home, this is the right thing to do.
Yeah, this is great
Come
evidence
home,
to
come in the
combat her
house,
insanity defense.
have your snack, do your homework, and there was, not
And
rewards
then-
necessarily, but repercussions.
But you're
if
still
they
going to
didn't
need an
follow that
expert.
prescribed schedule for them on a daily basis.
What about during the time frame so if we're going to narrow the scope of what we're talking about here, Mr. Stauch, the time frame as we get to January 2020, and especially that Saturday night when you left up to DIA, did you ever have any concerns that she was having this crack in her mental health?
No, sir.
What would you have done if you had observed some major crack in her mental health?
I would not have gone on that trip. I did have the flexibility to cancel my training and move it to another time if need be. I would not have left the house and not left the kids there if I had any concerns or she showed signs of a mental crack approaching.
I think mental
And
crack
at
is
any
the
time,
technical definition.
during your relationship with the defendant, did you ever see her have some major crack in her mental health condition?
No, sir.
Did you know her to have any severe mental illnesses?
No, sir.
I want to ask you what you just got into a little bit ago, and that is in relation to January 27th. Was there a period of time in the afternoon of that day when you were trying to get a hold of the defendant?
Yes, sir.
How were you trying to get a hold of her?
I remember making a phone call or two. I don't remember how many specifically, but that was just not answered.
And also text messages?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever get an answer during that window of time from mid-afternoon of the 27th?
I don't remember specifically when. I know at some point in that afternoon we had a conversation about I wanted some new headphones, and we talked about what an appropriate price range would be, and where is a good place for me to go look, whether I was on base or at the PX or the Apple Store or whatever. So once again, another conversation about what is right, wrong, appropriate. But I don't remember specifically
that's
when
the
that happened. I
issue.
just
Can she
remember it was that
distinguish
afternoon
between
after I
right
got
and
out of
wrong?
class.
When you look back on it now, does that seem significant to you?
It was as soon as all this started happening, that was a very significant moment.
Does that coincide with your understanding of when what you just described, that the defendant would not let Lena in the house after getting home from school? Is that the same time frame?
Doesn't that cause for
Is the same. I don't know exactly when that
Wasn't there.
conversation happened. I'd have to see a timestamp on that.
Okay.
But generally in the same time frame, Monday
Yeah,
afternoon, January 27th, 2020.
Okay. Or may I have just a moment?
You may.
And that also assumes facts not in evidence, because that, so that should have been objected to. The whole thing about the other stepchild, the daughter, being told to go outside, and that would assume facts not in evidence, cause for speculation.
So,
It wasn't
Mr.
there.
Stauch, the last thing I wanted to say for
The
you
defense
was,
doesn't care.
what is your opinion as to the defendant's sanity at the time of this event, and just
You missed a
generally
lot of
speaking?
really shitty streams
I believe she's
with my
is
internet,
and was 100%
but
absolutely
also some
sane
good phone calls.
based on all the things I witnessed and I've laid out. I have no other indication for anything else.
And when you say it that way, are you talking about in the totality of your relationship?
From the time I met her till even today.
Okay. And then very specifically to when you left on January 26th, January 25th, you left the house on that Saturday. What is your opinion as to her sanity on January 25th?
100% sane.
What about January 26th
Same thing, 100% sane.
and January 27th when Gannon went missing?
Same.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
It
Mr.
should have
Tellini?
had to have been out of her control.
Sure.
Yes. Cross-examination. Okay, so let me go back to this. So, in order for her insanity, she either has to be, first of all, she has to be diagnosed with something, either way. It doesn't matter which version of insanity you go with. She has to be diagnosed with some sort of mental illness, and that disease or defective mind has to make it incapable for her to distinguish between right and wrong, or suffer from a condition of the mind caused by mental disease or defect to prevent them from forming a culpable mental state that is the essential element of the crime. And this would be the intent to essentially kill. So it's not just she sounds crazy or she's making up stories, and no rational person would do this. First, she has to have a disease of the mind, and it either has to affect her ability to distinguish between right and wrong, or prevent her from forming the intent to do something. And I think those phone calls really go against that, as well as what he just testified to, the father just testified to, with the fact that she, would discipline the kids and do things like that.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our lunch break early, and then we will come back for cross-examination. So if I can
Thank you
have
for being
everyone
here.
back in the jury room a little bit before 1 o'clock, we should be able to start on time at 1 o'clock. So again, do not
That's
discuss the
3
case among yourselves.
Eastern.
Don't discuss the case with anyone else. Don't do any research about any aspect of this case. And with that, we will see you at 1 o'clock. All rise for the jury, please.
All right. So that was the finish of the direct on father. I'm glad we've got some new people here. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Trying to grow the numbers. But yeah, so a lot of crazy ass phone calls. That's all I'm going to say about those. They were rambling and incoherent many times. Just sort of a recap for people that are just sort of getting caught up. So we started day 3 here. What? Hang on a second. I'm coming back.
With that, we will take our noon recess, and we'll be back at 1 o'clock.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, I guess they're done. All right. So for those, again, who are just joining us, this is day 3. Yesterday, Gannon's father, Al, his name is Eugene, but he goes by Al. He took the stand. It's the state's first witness, and he began testifying regarding how he met the defendant and the relationship and all that stuff. A lot of crazy things came off of that from that testimony yesterday, namely that she likes to make up stories. She lied about being pregnant with twins. She lied about some sexual assaults with the the father's members of the father's military unit. She lied about break-ins to the home. She lied about shooting a gun in the home at one point. She just lies and tries to manipulate the situation. Apparently, father didn't really see it as terribly dangerous, although he did recognize it. And then we got into some phone calls. So once father suspected Letecia of being somehow involved with Gannon's disappearance, he went to the police, and the investigator sat down with him in a room somewhere and listened in on the phone calls and sort of guided him in questioning the defendant on those phone calls. And that's what we've been hearing for the last half of his testimony yesterday and all morning so far, all the way. Actually, the rest of his testimony was essentially listening to these phone calls where Letecia was essentially trying to explain away everything that was going on. And she came up with 3 or 4 different stories. Every time they were on the phone, it was a different story. She kept today, she kept asking for immunity, grant me immunity. And I will tell you a lot of things that to me point to her not being insane. Someone that's self-absorbed, used to being able to manipulate her way out of the situation, and is just caught up in it too much. So so that's where we are. And I'm curious for the cross, which is what we're going to get to right after lunch. I don't know where they're going to go with this. I don't know how you would really cross this guy. But again, I'm not privy to the information they have. She has gone under many psychological reports. They've gone through her past. They've gone through her supposed traumas and stuff that she had as a child and things like that. So there's a lot of information that I'm not privy to that they are, presumably. And they're presumably competent attorneys, although their opening statement would suggest otherwise. But there should be something that they can cross this guy on. And I have no idea where they're going with this. Yeah, and don't forget to like the video as well. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Let's see. I'm just going to see if there are any questions. Yes, please like and subscribe. Oh, also, unlike yesterday, because we ran out of time on some of my streaming platforms with an 8-hour limit, I am going to end this stream and then pick up a new one at 3 o'clock for 3 o'clock Eastern time, rather, for the afternoon session. So that is about an hour and 15, and we'll be back over there. Oh, you know what I wanted to do before we go anywhere? I wanted to finish the video I was playing earlier, which is another YouTuber did a breakdown of the Ring camera. And we started that before we got rudely interrupted by the court hearing. But I'm going to pull that up, and I wanted to kind of look at that again. It's interesting the way she breaks it down. She zooms in and things like that. Hang on a second. Let me just load this. It's going to jump up.
Now here.
And then, okay. So, yeah, it's interesting the way she breaks it down. And this is True Crime, not True Crime. I can't remember the name of her, but I put her link in the chat because she does have a lot of good videos on this. What is the picture of art behind my head? So if it's this is actually a Swedish saying that my stepdaughter made, and it says, "Only dead fish swim with the current." That's what that is, if that's what you're asking about. Yes, we need to get me monetized. I need 1,000 subscribers. We're going to get the watch hours. I'm not worried about that. With this trial, oh my God, we're going to get the watch hours. But yes, if you could subscribe, that would be great. All right, so I keep forgetting this woman's name. I will put it again in the chat, her video. And It's a Crime. That's what it's called. It's a Crime. Thank you.
In-depth version of what I see. Okay, so you're going to see Tecia walk across the driveway towards the red truck. She has a backpack on, and also it looks like she's carrying a bag or purse. She goes into the truck, closes the door. You'll see her turn on the vehicle with the lights.
And this is interesting what she points out.
And then she pulls up a little bit. and then reverses into the driveway.
Yeah, it's right in front of the house. So why is she backing up?
She doesn't quite make it over the driveway. She's not putting enough gas on there, obviously.
Yes, my wife is Swedish.
She
That's why
stops the
Nicholas and I get
vehicle.
along.
She waits 40 seconds approximately. And then
counts
she
the
gets
seconds.
out. She walks towards the house. And I believe she kept the door open.
What's interesting
Now, the
is
first
that
person you see to come out is Gannon. He looks like he's limping and he's favoring his right leg a little bit. As he opens the door, something falls out. He doesn't pick it back up. He just kind of stands there. Tisha
okay, so
comes
this
now
is her
into
video.
view,
It's
and
a very
she
grainy
picks
video.
whatever's on the ground
This
up.
isn't me.
She walks towards the front door, opens it up all the way, and then she gets in. As she gets in, this black car drives by. And then she gets out. Now, as she was getting in, Gannon was also getting in, and I'll show you. So again, you see Gannon kind of limping, coming out. He drops it on the
doesn't
ground.
look like a 11-year-old
Tisha
running
comes
around.
into frame.
But he does have stomach problems, and that was discussed between father and
She picks up the item.
Letecia. So in theory, it could be the stomach problems he's having.
As she's climbing in, so is Gannon. Black car drives by. After the black car gets to the end of the block, now Tisha's coming back out. So she walks towards the house.
Yeah, as if he's too injured to pick anything up.
Her door is left open.
I think police suspect, so this is at 10 a.m. on the 27th, or 10:18 a.m. or something like that. And I think police are suspecting that she did not return with him when she comes
And
back
you'll
at
see
2
she'll
something.
start to walk back out. So she's quite a bit. She's over 30 seconds, 40 seconds while she's gone.
The reconciliation with this I have,
And
though,
now she
is-
walks back in, door's still open. She climbs in and shuts the door.
So I just wanted to pause it real quick. This is the bed. There's through into the carpet, through the carpet pad, and stained the concrete floor under Gannon's bed. So I have a hard time reconciling that much blood and him still being able to sort of walk out, I guess. I don't know, but I'm assuming they have an explanation for it.
Now there's another stretch where she's not moving her vehicle. She's just sitting there. And then she moves forward a touch, stops.
Those are really
That was
grainy
after about
pictures, too.
15 seconds.
You're welcome, Glenda. Thank you for joining us. That's what I'm saying. That's a lot of blood. I mean, for it to soak all the way through the mattress, to the carpet, and through the carpet, and through the pad, and stain the concrete. It's a lot.
She takes another 40 seconds, then decides to go, stops again. And then heads out. Now, as she goes off this driveway, there's something that bounces in the back, and I will repeat that. Here it is again. She goes off of it, and right there, it bounces. But there is something that definitely bounces in the back. I don't know what it is. It's hard to make out. So all in all, it's about 4 minutes from when she goes out, gets into the truck, and then backs up in the driveway, loads Gannon and herself. So in the
By the way,
first
I
part of
edited
this
this,
video
so we
that
jump a
happened
little
at
bit in her
10:15
video.
in the morning, there's a couple questions. Why did she back up? Was it because Gannon had issues with walking as he home? I don't know. So now I'm going to take you into the second part of the video
So this
for
is when they
she comes
return at
back
2
at around
o'clock.
2:15 p.m. that Monday. Then on the way back, they come from the same way they left, and you'll see Tisha drive up near the sidewalk, and then she decides to reverse and go back into the driveway again.
What's going on here?
And before she does, you could see her wait a minute, and then she decides to back into the driveway.
That's one of my issues. That's what
Now,
I
when you
saw
see it
in
this
an
time, it's not
affidavit
as
report.
slow when
So
she goes back.
that
She
hasn't
gives
been
it a little
introduced in
more
this trial
force to
yet.
go over.
That sounded like he died on that mattress.
She corrects quickly, goes forward, and then comes back.
Yes, he seems to struggle.
You see a little pop-up of whatever was in the back, but I don't know if it's the same thing. And then she goes with pretty good force to get over that curb. Now the interesting thing is she decides to correct, goes back over the curb, and then pushes back. And you can see she gives it a pretty good punch going up.
I definitely don't think she's used
She
to backing
parks
that
a
truck up
little
in the
bit
driveway.
further back now than what she was before. Like when she first left earlier in the morning. This is around the 2:15 mark. Now, when she opens the door, you're going to see the door actually bounce because she gives it a pretty good push. Either,
I don't know what the
I'm not sure
significance
if
of the
it was,
door
it's
bouncing
with
is.
her foot or if it's with her hand. She waits quite a few seconds.
The problem with this, they say that Gannon doesn't get out, but they don't. You can't see the other side of the vehicle. He could have been on the passenger side. He could have been on the rear passenger side.
Still waiting. And then you'll see her open the door. She opens the door. You can see it bounce.
But I imagine they don't
4-5
have
times,
a
and
video
then she closes it, and then she's on a mission. So if I back
of
it
a
up
strange
just a little
man
bit
coming
and
there.
go back, you'll see she opens that door, gives it a good push, gets out. She looks like she's holding possibly her hat and something else in her hand, and then walks forward. The second part, I have a lot of questions. Why
do I.
is she backing up a second time into the house? Why doesn't she just go in and park forward?
Okay, so that's all I got. I just wanted to grab a little bit of that. I thought it was interesting the way she broke it down, but I still don't know if it's conclusive. I don't know how it squares, again, with the amount of blood that was brought up in the affidavit and this particular photograph. It's just so much. So I don't know how they're going to square that. We'll see. My understanding is the next witness is going to be the lead detective. So we're probably going to get a lot of information about that. We just need to get through cross of Al first. I can't imagine it's going to be long. So I feel like we're going to hear the detective today. So with that, I will see you all at 3 o'clock on my other stream. It's on the channel already. It's up there sitting and waiting for you all. And we will, I'll get that going right at 3 o'clock or just about 3 o'clock. I don't hold myself to those numbers. And we will make sure and verify that we don't have any other connection issues, because that was horrible. I think the storms are out of here and we should be good to go. So I will see you all at 3 o'clock.